work. Let me just mark this Everjail that I just found.
I am recording. Because that's what I do. I record shit because I have nothing better to do with my sad life. I got an invite to play a video game.
Oh my.
I feel important now.
Your life is exciting finally.
Yes, Izzy. Come be a lowly tarnished playing as a lord.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a turbish?
Yes, you are. That's exactly what you are.
I'm a turbish?
No, turbish.
Oh gosh, I just got that reference because I'm making my way through, I think it's season 4 or 5 of that.
Disenchantment, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this
Hey,
is...
Ziggy, I tried to invite you, but you're not online, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my,
It's all good.
Do,
All right.
Nickelodeon.
So normally I would have spent the preceding half hour reading through everything exhaustively another time, but like I said, I had an appointment that had to run up exactly to this.
Hey, Wash, where's that new card that I wanted?
I know exactly where that is.
Because I threw the card that I was going to replace with it out.
Here, Haunted or Infamous?
I suppose have less defense.
Who wanted Haunted?
Yo.
Okay. I know Ziggy was thinking about it at least.
Yeah, give it back.
Any pregame bullshit to talk about before we get going?
Only the
How
average.
has everyone week been? It's so long since I spoke to all of you last.
Yes, so many groundbreaking things have happened in the last 24 hours.
I died and came back to life.
Which time?
Yes.
That's my shtick, motherfucker.
Go
You are going to be racing for it all game.
Go find your own shtick.
I did a decade ago.
Yeah.
It was Blood Bowl?
No,
I'll try
dying.
that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
Which is not unrelated to Blood Bowl.
So real quick, I'm not sure if everybody wants one of these just to keep track of who's gone and around and who hasn't. It's just a token with a white side and a black side.
For sure.
Yeah, over here.
Cool. Whose blue shit is this? Isn't Ziggy blue?
Yeah, I'm blue. He is in fact blue.
Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here.
I have. Excuse me.
There we go. Alright, well, if there is no old business and no new business. Last check-in, everybody ready to get started?
Yeah.
I do believe I do.
I think the big question is, have we figured out anything in regards to a team name? Because I'm terrible at naming things.
I am going to start off the game with a little bit of time to talk in character. I have 2 yays.
Yay.
Yay.
3, 4.
We're good at this yaying thing.
All right, I will take that as everybody is ready to start. It has been less than a week since you were reborn as phoenixes. You've spent most of that time learning to work together as a wing and catching up with the current state of the Empire. The situation is desperate, though, and there's no more time for study. Now you're on duty in the Flame Chamber, waiting for news of the next emergency. The heart of the Grand Area is the original Imperial Flame, the flame from which all phoenixes are first reborn. The chamber that houses the flame is a massive cavern. Dozens of candles line the walls, and adepts scurry about studying the candles and the flame. One figure stands out in this: Cinder, the elemental Marshal. Cinder is an old man with a long beard that often catches fire, though it never seems to burn away. He has a network of fine burn scars in the patterns of arcane symbols along his arms and hands. You can literally feel the heat of his gaze. He often seems distracted, as if listening to distant voices. He has a controlled and even temper, and you've heard stories that if he loses that temper, he will explode. He is busy running around managing the adepts and the flames. Like I said, you guys are all on rapid response duty in case something happens. You don't need to stand at attention during this time or anything. You're basically just there waiting for something. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes. I'll let you know when something happens.
Well, seems like we're going to actually have a mission soon.
To be clear, you guys have been on this duty for a day or two now.
Waiting always seems like the worst part. I just hate the stillness and silence. Just waiting for something bad to happen. Honk.
Regardless of whether anything bad happens or not, we'll be there to see it through.
Would it really be so bad if nothing happens?
Something always happens.
If we don't hear of it, it just means that people didn't find out. At least these times, anyway.
They didn't find out in time. The Empire has changed so much. I don't even recognize most of these maps anymore.
How long has it been?
Wash, question. Would a calendar system have been implemented by the time since I was alive?
I mean, the Empire existed in your time, but you weren't part of it.
The Empire was just a fledgling back when I died. Borders were constantly being redrawn. Nothing was what it seems. Nothing is the way it is now.
They really do unmoor us from time, don't they?
Apparently. I'm not sure.
If you have the capability, then you are chosen.
Oh, I'm not even sure how much capability I really have.
Well, regardless of how much we had before, we certainly have a lot now.
Very much so. All the more reason to use it.
Can only hope it will be enough.
An adept with some oversized glasses and a large quill will scurry over to you guys. Hello again. I've just been instructed to ask once again if you had any more concrete names for your wing. Otherwise, we'll just keep you down as Wing 13.
Well,
could you give us a little bit more time? I'm gonna say, looking over at a clock on the wall. Hands down, 6:30 is the best time, and we'll have something by then.
Well, we need to write it down soon.
No one?
We'll get something within the next 10 minutes. Or I suppose we will live with just being Wing 13.
Hands down, 6:30. The hands are at the bottom. Never mind.
He jumps for a second as a little bit of his quill just lights on, just has a little ember. Oh, that keeps happening. Excuse me, I need to go find another writing implement. And he'll just kind of scurry away again.
Well, if we were going to be saddled with number 13 anyway, I suppose that's a bit of an ill omen.
I mean, I suppose depending on what you say, we could just beat Wing Omen.
I was kind of thinking that, actually. Seems appropriate.
Why do we want to be important?
Because people won't listen unless you bring dark tidings.
I
also,
actually disagree with that one. They'll certainly listen if you bring them hope as well.
Well, either way, it's rarely a good thing if phoenixes have to show up somewhere.
It's best to put a smile on their faces. Honk.
Do you actually say honk when you do that, or does like a clown honk happen?
A clown honk happens, and I say it at the same time.
In character, then, does that always happen when you say it, or how does that work?
I don't know. This is how I came out of the flame. Going to, take a couple of steps over to you.
Oh.
Suddenly, a set of unlit candles flares to life. An adept scurries over to study the message, but the elemental marshal is already in motion, pushing them out of the way. He barks commands at the adepts, who gather around the massive central flame, and then turns to you. Phoenixes! The Greystone area in southern Skavia has called 2 candles. Airy compromised. There has been no further contact, which means it's a dire situation. We'll send you through as soon as the flames are aligned. There's every chance you're stepping into active combat. Your job is simple. Identify the threat, learn as much as you can about it, protect the Flamekeeper, survive if possible. Alright. There is now a short period while the flames are aligning. I am going to ask you guys for one thing, and then you can ask Cinder or anybody around anything you want for a few minutes until it was go time. Please place your place blah, blah, blah. Please place your school cards in the order in which you would like to go through the Imperial Flame to the Greystone area.
Our school cards?
These.
Oh,
The ones with your symbol on them.
Do I actually have that on me?
Right.
No.
One?
We're using them
have
for
that?
positioning because nobody gave me an image.
I mean, I can send you. I guess I can send you an image. Fuck it.
Yes,
Also-
but at this point, I would like to keep the game moving.
Fair. I don't have that card.
Yeah, I don't have
Hey, you do,
mine.
it's right
either.
here.
You do.
Because if you're in front
That's
of you,
m-
I don't
that's
have
m-
mine.
That are you
That-
a force?
the one that-
that is yours.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one right
I
here.
thought that was Ziggy's. Oh.
I don't have mine.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I needed the devoted one.
Oh wait, here it is. It got dealt, or maybe not. That was just
No,
just
that's
a
not
transfer.
it.
That got dealt to someone.
Not mine.
That should be in the Durant deck.
Hold on.
When must we learn?
Yeah. Yeah, no, not in my deck.
Weird. Give me a sec, see if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I get for cleaning things up.
All good.
Yep.
What's your
Same.
class?
Devoted.
Found it. It's in the devoted bag. Oh, never mind. That was in the
Nope.
devoted bag. I figured that was it.
Nope.
Ah.
Well, unless it's in that pile somewhere.
Um,
Maybe.
Nope.
No.
Everybody check their decks, I guess.
Sure. I'll search mine.
I already searched mine.
I cannot see it. Actually, wait. Why don't we just use our color tokens for this?
That
Yeah,
also is fine.
Yeah, that might be better. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to put a thing that says forward? Do we want to use the Durant card as this is forward?
Just stack yourselves up to this fire. Whoever's closest to it will be going through first.
Well, I'm going to want to go reasonably early on, but I suspect someone may want to go ahead of me. One of two people.
I'm gonna stay in the back.
You are not one of the two.
I'm going to try to stay to the back.
Yeah.
Marshal,
I am starting the timer until the flames are aligned.
Marshal,
Go ahead.
you said something about Greystone. Is that correct?
Yes, very much so. Greystone is a place of moors and barrens, most of which lack much strategic or economic importance. It's not close to a major city, but there are a number of small villages nearby. They've had ongoing problems with bones, skill to raiders who strike at night, but those have been isolated instances as opposed to an ongoing campaign. Still, people are afraid and concerned about the future.
Marshal, in the past few years, have we learned anything more about what form the dread takes in that area?
No, given that it's Skavia, it could be a number of things. There have been fallen folk in the area for as long as anybody can remember, or at least that is the stories. There's been scattered bones and strange new beasts popping in. It could be anything. In these days, we can't confidently say what is there to greet you. Candle Code says the area is under attack. Standard procedure is for the Flame Keepers to follow up with more information. If they didn't, we must assume they were unable to.
Oh,
Just a nod.
If anybody is curious about Candle Codes, by the way, if you have at least one intelligence card in your deck, you would know them.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's Ziggy and Dan that know them.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Scouting allow me to know about them, because presumably that's important for that.
Not by default, but I can tell you about them later.
Okay, I'd read the part of the book, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah. In that case, if you made a point of it, then you know.
Yeah.
I definitely...
The Phoenixes would have gotten taught it in the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to be, like, looking at the Candle Code, and you see Pout just kind of, like, staring past the flames, and just shaking his head. I guess some things never change.
Are you from the region, Pout?
Long ago. But if it's just barrens and moors, I guess a lot more has changed than the structure of the city.
Hey, Nick, you specifically, because of your backstory, you've heard vaguely of Greystone before. You don't remember all the details, but you recall a time when the entire region was shunned. It might have been cursed or haunted by a fallen. For whatever reason, most people avoid it.
Well, it wasn't always like that, but for generations, many have believed it to be cursed.
Why? It was a wonderful place.
Best I can tell, it's a fallen started haunting it. Not sure how long ago.
We all know what Fallens are, Wash, or is that not part of basic training?
It's not. Would you like to ask anyone?
Oh, yeah. I'm a clown. I have no sense of pride or shame. Yeah, so...
The official stance of the Empire is that the fallen folk are nothing more than myths and superstition. Stuff of firelight tales. According to those stories, fallen are ancient creatures with great mystical powers. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Some are cruel and seek to trick or hurt humanity. Others are simply strange. Skavi warlocks used to make bargains with the fallen, and they could gain great power as a result. Does anyone have the lore, arcane specialty, or warlock trait?
I do. I'm a warlock.
Ziggy! Chronicle knows the following. Many scholars believe the fallen folk are the last survivors of a previous age of the world. Relics and ruins in Skavia and Koratan hint at these ancient lost civilizations. Somehow the fallen survived by slipping into dusk, a layer of reality between life and death. This explains diversity between the fallen. They may be different races or species, and they may have used different methods to survive. Some fallen are cruel and seek to harm or deceive mortals. Others are simply alien. Generally, the Fallen seem to need humans to help them to come into our world. They seem to draw on emotions and belief. This is why the Empire sought to wipe knowledge of them, so they might be forgotten. And it may have worked. It's been centuries since there have been any confirmed account of an interaction with one of the Fallen.
I realized that we didn't do the other swap that I asked you about. Wash her cards. So I will do that right
which
now.
one?
The forceful base card swap.
Yeah, go for it.
Getting it.
Cool.
If they are indeed fallen, then it will be some time it would have been some time since we've seen one last. Be quite dark tidings.
About 3 years.
Wait, Fallen have been around for 3 years?
Far longer than that.
Far longer than that, but if news has not reached others since then, I worry even more about how fast anything is traveling.
This is not the homecoming I was hoping for.
Well,
Okay. Phoenixes! And, did you still not have a wing name?
Omen, sir.
He just kind of, his eyebrows go up, and he just inhales and exhales a cloud of ash and smoke. So be it. Omen! Through, the flames are aligned. Alright, so I'm just gonna move this over this way for now. This is indeed, we're going, it looks like...
I'm going to push forward a little bit unless somebody tries to stop me. Knowing that we're going to Greystone.
I am not going to stop you at all.
So Nick, are you still trying to get through first?
I mean, just go look about. So you want to be ahead again, Pout?
Like a head of lettuce. Jump.
Sure, I'll let him go through first.
Out. The transition is not unlike burning alive. You experience a period of terrible pain, and everything goes black. Then the pain recedes, and you find yourself elsewhere. Details come together slowly and then shift into focus all at once. You've stepped out of a bonfire, a smaller version of the Imperial flame on pyre. Weapons hang from one wall, ready to meet the needs of any reborn phoenixes. There are a few stuffed beasts against the opposite wall, trophies of past hunts. In the center of the room, a hideous figure chokes a man in an adept's robe. The enemy is armored in the manner of a knight, but he clearly isn't human. His proportions are all wrong. His forearms are too long, and his spine is stretched and curved. His armor is forged from blackened steel and stamped with gleaming runes. Despite the bulk of the armor, this Dread Knight's movement is fluid and assured. And so, here we go. Here's the torch of environmental elements. We've got a Dread Knight. Oop, that is the wrong side. There we go. You guys don't get to see all that stuff. So, Izzy, out.
Mm-hmm.
You are dumped headlong, basically, into this area as you see it. You get to go first. So normally initiative order does not matter, but for this very first mission, which is admittedly designed to introduce the world and the mechanics in one go, your guys' first cycle is going to be determined by the order in which you step through the flame. Izzy, this Dread Knight that you see here is choking an adept member of the Phoenix Dawn Command support staff against a wall. He does not seem aware of your presence quite yet as you step through. This is not to say that you are hidden, but you can do whatever you want. You're first. He's got a defensive 4 and 5 level 3 health levels. I'm just going to start off this. I'm going to start off this first mission by showing you guys the health levels and see if it makes a huge difference if you can't see them.
Okay.
Later.
The 4 is always the defense value, and we always know that. Is that what on the front of the card?
Yes. You guys always get to know the defense value.
Okay. And he's got 3.
Mm-hmm. He's got 5 level 3 health levels.
So I need to do at least 7 damage to hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's choking the adept.
Mm-hmm. Holding him against a column, just kind of.
Oh, geez. Okay. So, as I walk through, I'm going to see this happening. I'm going to, very quickly, what am I going to do?
Well, you can do any skill things you want with skill spreads. You know what your attack and defense spreads are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the correct answer there is I want to get this guy's attention by like taking like a sword that's on the ground and cutting an Imperial banner so like it droops over his head to give the adept a chance to like break free of his clutches.
Okay, so you want to like get him tripped up in the Imperial banner?
Yeah, get him tripped up. Just get him to release him so we can get this guy away to safety.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say that would be. I'm thinking that's a grace skill spread.
Yeah, which I am shit at.
Not exactly a strength one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, everyone has grace.
However, just looking at your specialties.
Actually, here's how I want to stop this. As I see this happening, I'm going to jump onto the wall, kind of wall run, grabbing the Imperial banner as I go, and just kind of spiral around this guy. And almost like a magic trick of throwing scarves at him, and just kind of like wrap the banner around his head and then pull back. So I've got him in a headlock by the banner, and he's going to release this guy.
You will need a decent total, but you may attempt. Athletics definitely applies.
Okay.
So that's a +5. You're not being particularly subtle.
No.
And you're not trying to intimidate, so like fear, shadows, death do not apply in this particular situation. So up to 3 cards, and you get a +5.
And do I get a card for using the banner?
That you do.
Awesome. Let's see what I get. Hopefully it's something good. Okay, that's not...
Remove it from the torch.
Yep. Okay, so boom.
Grace, my friend.
Even with athletics, I thought I had a thing which I can use...
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I have a specialty.
You may use 1 strength card. Yeah.
I thought it was 1 strength or any strength.
You may use strength cards. Yeah, sorry. Some of them are 1, some of them are strength. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a 15 total then.
15.
And because I am really pissed off at seeing this guy hurting a clearly innocent who can't help themselves, I'm gonna throw Vengeful at that.
What does Vengeful do?
Doesn't do anything in this case. It's just a +1.
Just a +1?
Just a +1.
Hold on, I'm just checking the book because it specifically has a section on what to do if somebody wants to wrap someone up in a banner.
It does?
Yes.
Grappling is a thing?
Every system meets grappling rules.
Get out the grappling table, Wash.
No, I mean specifically it says, hey, things players might want to do with a banner is wrap someone up in it. Here's what you use.
Do we know what the skill success thing is by? Is there a card for that?
Oh boy. So I can tell it to you. I'm sure that there's a reference somewhere. 0 to 4 is always a failure. 5 to 9 is you marginally have the skill. 10 to 14 is competent. 15 to 19 is exceptional. 20 to 29 is superhuman, and 30 plus is legendary for skill checks.
Okay, so I've got a 16 right now, so Burning Sparks is not going to get me higher unless I burn half.
Unless you want to burn like 4, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it at 16.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough.
I really more or less just want to get his attention on me away from this guy and distract him away from the flames as the others come in.
You rip it off the wall and you get it near him, and it seems like it seems like you have all of your timing down, and like you're gonna wrap him up, and then he almost flickers, and like he's not where you thought he was a second ago. And it wraps around his leg a little bit, but he doesn't seem perturbed or particularly impacted. It's around his leg. If you want to try again in the future, it will be easier, but that was not enough for your first attempt, unfortunately.
Okay.
Do you have more cards that you wish to use?
Presently not present.
Okay.
I will discard, draw back up to 5, and end my turn.
Okay. As you end your turn, as he flickers and his edges seem fuzzy in space, he turns to you as the banner touches his leg. The twisted warrior tosses the adept to the ground and hisses, "First them, then you." He turns to face you. His face is hidden in the deep shadows of his helmet, but his eyes burn with a fierce red light through the gloom. And as he stares at you, you feel icy claws tearing at the vestiges of your mind. This is an attack with a value of an 8. It is an all-or-nothing attack. I will always tell you when something is an all-or-nothing attack. What that means is if it hits you at all, you take damage. So it is not worth. It does the same thing. So they are not worth blocking unless you can.
Reckless. As he's saying that to me, I'm going to just put a pinky in my ear, twist it around, and say, "Could you speak up? I got something in my ear." And I'm going to pull out this gigantic wad of earwax and just flick it at him as he's coming at me.
Okay. So you're just taking the hit. But, well, you get to hit him first, obviously.
Yep, there's 2 7s.
Can't you only put... So...
No, I can use Grace or...
Yes, but you are maximum of... Let's see, what's your combat style?
Oh,
you can have a maximum of 2 cards in any attack.
Okay, so got it. I remember from the Imperial Army, where we could make multiple spreads against them.
You can make multiple attack spreads, but this is not your turn. This is a counterattack.
Gotcha. I'll hold on to the Grace, then. I will just punch him for 7.
All right. As he stares at you, you do manage to smack away one of his health levels. How do you hit him?
Again, I get a thing of earwax, flick it to the wall, and it collides with all the weapons there that come crashing down on top of him.
Okay. Most of them seem to pass through him without any effect, or he dodges out of the way, but one of them just embeds in his shoulder, and he just slowly reaches and pulls it out, and black mist flows out of the wound for a moment before it seems to close. You deal 1 but you do take his attack full on, because that is how reckless response works.
Yep.
Izzy, you take 1 wound, and also you are now exposed. Exposed in this mission is a supernatural fear effect.
Okay.
So you are terrified of this thing, and also while you are exposed, there may be other things that happen, but you can play 1 less card on defense spreads.
Oh,
the feeling you won't mind that much, but
I don't. 2 questions. 1, do I draw a card because of the
yes, you do.
Weapons? And 2, I...
Oh no, you do not draw a card because of the weapons. You can only benefit from that from a torch element once per cycle. It specifically keeps one person from eating all of them.
Gotcha. Okay. I will then just draw that one because I took a wound, and that is my reaction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
These are not
So we are now in quote unquote initiative order, which means that the Dread Knight will go every its speed. So I'm just gonna tell you guys that's 2. So the next 2 of you get to go in turn order as you emerge from the flame.
Okay.
So I'm popping out next then.
Mm-hmm. And you see before you Pout. How visibly do you show that you are under a supernatural fear effect? You're tough and everything, but those close to you, your wingmates can probably tell.
The makeup on my face is just kind of like drooped into even more of a frown than usual, and my hair is wilting.
Just imagining you have like running mascara, even though you weren't wearing it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Does the knight still have the adept in hand?
No, he threw it to the side, but it's like curled up in a fetal position.
As long as it's focused on not him, I'm happy.
Oh, so real quick, the quote-unquote teaching blurb. If you're exposed, you're under the influence of unnatural fear. The maximum size of your defense spreads is reduced by 1 card. There may be other effects beyond this, which you'll discover in time. While you can't shake off your own fear, you can make a spell spread to encourage and inspire an ally. This is a grace spread, and you'll need at least a 10 to succeed.
Let me just double check what skill check limits are.
3.
Yeah. Don't worry about me.
Also, like if I get a 9 on a skill check, is that likely to do anything?
If you spend 1 spark, yeah.
Okay, so basically we need to hit DC 10.
Again,
All right.
Don't worry about me. Please
So-
do not waste.
Izzy wants damage so that he can smash more.
Oh, no, not about you. So Hunter is coming out of this with a shudder and a sudden exhalation of, well, at least it's cold, I guess. Then sees the room in front of her, the damage, the adept curled up in a corner, out under some sort of effect, and this some sort of beast in front of her. Well then. Just briefly going to look at the poor, do we have more description on the adept yet?
So, if you would each like to give me 1 aspect as you come through the flame that you notice. It could be gender, a visual thing, something about their habits, what have you. This is one of the characters that you guys can define.
Pout came out first. Pout, go first.
Well, because this person was being held up by this Death Knight, I'm going to say almost very tall and lank, almost with like a mouse-ish appearance, like in mannerisms. So mousy, I guess, is the description I will give.
All right. Mousy.
I'll just start adding them to the torch.
I think one of the descriptions that I'm going to give is the adept actually has been wounded but continued to do their duty anyway. And has pressed through. And so Winter comes through. Her eyes are drawn to, well, one of the people they're supposed to defend, which I'm just going to environmental stuff. Of course, draws the beast's eyes to them as well. But, well, that's a distraction and an opening. For someone who's sufficiently fast to close the distance. Acrobatics stunt to try and apply a condition to the Dread Knight.
Depends on what you're trying for, but what's the plan?
Plan basically is, can I get exposed on him? Boy, that'd be nice.
That is an interesting thing.
Mhm.
How? How are you exposing him to either supernatural fear or exposed in this particular one is more a fear thing. You might be trying to go for vulnerable more.
Oh, okay, sorry. But more for
All good.
vulnerable
It's all
then.
good.
Or the knight is suddenly distracted.
So I
Distracted.
I will tell
Just
you,
a
Nick.
second.
I'll shortcut you a little bit here, rather than just force you to blow some stuff. Um, you're not sure what this thing is vulnerable to yet. If you want, you can try and make intellect or grace spreads to observe or try and figure out exactly what this thing is before you find its specific weaknesses.
Oh.
Unless you want to say, "Hey, here is how I am using a specific environmental element to try and make it restrained, vulnerable, etc."
You said it looked like armor?
Yeah.
Okay, boop, 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 boop. I don't have one for the environment spread for that, then. You know what, sure. I will actually roll with Traveler. I've been around a lot and seen a lot of different armor and types of creatures, and also have any and all experience with what the dread is
Mm.
and how it appears.
Okay.
So I'm going to play these three, drawing another card.
This
Because I
is
played
an
twos.
attack.
No, this is a.
I did not say that you could use strength
Oh,
to know things.
oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I get to do, so that's 2, 4, 9. Well, I get to play a strength as if it
Oh,
were.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my B.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little overzealous with that. If it's a specialty thing, please let me know.
So that is a 10.
Yeah. So that is a 10 total.
Mm-hmm.
This creature could be one of the fallen folk, though most people say the fallen folk are just firelight tales. You vaguely recall a story about some sort of prince of fear and his dread knights.
So a servant, but not the prince himself, or this would already be over. Oh. See just how hard that armor is. Let's make some attack spreads, shall we?
Let's go.
So, attack is either strength or grace, so first attack spread.
All right. That is a solid 7 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget about being able to break things with traits or, what do you
Oh,
call it?
I'm not.
Sparks. Oh, yeah.
Second attack spread.
Mm-hmm. So, if you want, please describe how each of these work. The first one does hit and knocks off a health level.
Well, I have complicated things to describe as I go through that.
Okay.
And, third attack spread. So, after emerging, Hunter dashes forward. Well, it's armored. I don't know whether anyone's inside, but the first thing that needs to be done, obviously, is shatter some of these joints so it can't properly move. So the first blow comes in at one of the legs, reducing its ability to actually move around and committing a spark to percussive strikes.
Okay. You smash it in the side of its knee, dead on, and more black mist flies out of it as the knee just slowly and with a sickening pop goes back into place as it turns its glowing red coals to look at you, although not quite fast enough to keep up with your next movements.
Cool.
Continue. Nick? Nick? Hello?
He's already dead.
Oh no. He's
Hey,
done.
hey, Nick, I can't hear you.
Damn it, Mike.
There we go.
We heard that.
So, you dropped off after that first hit.
So, I am committing and then uncommitting a spark basically immediately because I got a successful hit, and now I'm uncommitting it to increase the amount of damage on the second hit by 2 to 8 damage.
Alright.
That's
another health level gone. Yep.
As the back spike comes in right between those beady eyes, crushing in the center of the helm and to break it.
Mm-hmm.
Then, with all of this done, and our weapon in the middle of the monster's head, Hunter looks around the room again at all this pointless destruction and just calls on a brief memory and a lesson from her mentor as flames and lightning flow through it and erupt throughout the inside of the armor. Burn 1 spark for +9 attack because it was the last card in hand. Last attack is attack 12.
12, okay. And that will take out its last 2 health levels. So, the Dread Knight hisses in pain. For a moment, it seems as though he might fall. Then he reaches out toward the adept and clenches his fist. The adept howls in terror. At least it looks like he does. But there's no sound. Instead, a wave of darkness flows out of the adept's mouth as he convulses and flashes across the room, striking you all with both psychic and physical force. Those of you who are in the room, this is an all-or-nothing attack with a value of 6.
Do I get to read clears for end of turn?
So that's everybody?
Everybody who's in the room, so just Nick and Izzy right now.
Okay.
When your vision clears, the Dread Knight is laughing, and his injuries have vanished. He has all of his health levels back.
Is the adept dead?
Nope. He's just screaming silently as black power flew through him. Also, once again, please, Nick, you and Nick and Izzy, you are both being attacked. All or nothing 6.
I'm taking it.
How much defense does he have?
The Death Knight? 4.
Yeah. Okay. 4.
Once again, it's all or nothing. If you can't block all of it, it's not worth defending.
Well, I'm going to defend because I have another power. Is this a ranged attack or a melee attack? Actually,
this is a ranged attack. It is. It is a. It is called Fear Storm. Okay, Nick, you block it.
Yup. I was going to do something cool, but it's going to be a ranged attack.
Izzy, you take 1 wound, and you are still exposed.
Okay, I'll draw a card. That's not my hand, that's Nick's hand. I have to go
You're
back
keeping
over.
track of your wounds, right?
Yes, I'm removing these black things.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Oh, what did I draw? Cool.
Who's next? I believe it's Chronicle. Or wait, no, sorry. It is Bit. My bad.
Everyone forgets about Bit.
What-a-do?
Okay. I guess the detail I'll add for the innocent is that on one arm, they had what looks like a buckler from that weapon rack, and their arm is kind of twisted at a strange angle, as though they had grabbed a shield to try to defend themselves while they were trying to do their duty and fight back against the creature.
All right.
As the flame roars, Hunter's just going to briefly glance back, it's using some sort of magic to sustain itself from it. Using fear. I don't know magic.
So by the time you have finished saying that, and the flash of the flame kind of subsides, bit is gone. I'm using the Imperial Flame as my environmental element to become hidden immediately at the start of combat.
Done.
Then I think we're gonna fuck this guy up.
So I had this token for you specifically to use it as a hidden condition.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So yes, I am hidden.
Aha.
Okay, so defense is 4, all the health levels are 3s, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got all 5 of them back.
Okay. So quick question. So for this card, Cursed, if I commit 4 sparks to the current action, and am I able to like commit them to the action and then regain them with this card in exchange for a health level?
Oh, so Nick specifically has a commit thing. If you're spending sparks for pluses, then you just spend them and they go away.
Right, but this says you may burn a health level to regain 4 sparks when you use this in a spread.
If you want to spend 4 sparks and then use this card and burn a health level, you can stay at 10.
Okay, I think we're gonna do that then. Okay,
I'm just making sure you know that you can't like go up to 14 or something doing that.
Okay. Yes, no, this is including spending sparks.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm hidden, so I can use 3 cards in a spread. I can also use 1 card as an intellect card, regardless of type. So we're gonna use these 3. Let's see, and then
just strike. So
let's see. So that's 5, 6, 7, 11. Let's see. I would need 2 more sparks to deal an extra health level. Let's do it. Okay. So we are going to from our kind of hiding spot in the shadows. Obviously the Dreadnought is still kind of choking and torturing the adept.
So the adept is currently on the ground nearby, convulsing and still supernaturally terrified.
All right. So while the Dreadnought is distracted with its prey, from a blind angle, the jade and obsidian orb that I carry as a talon is going to basically bounce off of a wall and then crash into the creature's helmet.
Okay.
To hit him as hard as possible. So we're going to be spending 6 sparks on this. I'll get 4 of them back by burning a health level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to go there. So this is a total of 5, 6, 7, because Hunter counts as 5 into the attack spread. So yeah, 5, 6, 7, 13.
13. So that is 3 health levels gone.
Yes, and because I used hidden motion in the attack spread, I remain hidden.
Very nice.
And then...
I will ask, you don't have to answer right away, especially because I'm going to keep combat moving, but you took a wound for this. A wound is enough to kill a normal human.
Okay.
Like, sometimes you guys could take a wound and you just walk around with like a lance or a javelin in your midsection before you notice. That is how phoenixes roll. I'm just curious how your curse manifests the damage unto you.
Okay. So what I will have done is, in order to actually throw the ball hard enough and with all the sparks to hit him, I basically overloaded a bunch of sparks into my left arm, and the feedback from all of the magic and the strength which I threw it basically shattered my arm. To the point that it would be like several compound fractures and a normal person would have bled out.
Deku! Okay, awesome.
A little bit of Deku, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would comment on it, but I didn't see it because he's hidden.
It's true.
You basically saw the ball smash into the guy's head and probably dent the helmet pretty badly, and then kind of go whizzing off in a random direction to the point where you couldn't even track when I caught it again.
Okay.
And then I would draw back up to 6 unless I want to do other stuff.
Yeah, you're still welcome to do anything. You can make more than one attack spread. You can make, you can make more than one attack spread. You can do any skill spreads you want, and you are allowed to discard 1 card before drawing back up if you want to.
Okay. Let's see. Oh wait, actually, sorry. Cursed also lets me draw a card when I use it in a spread, so let me do that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Let's let's do another attack spread.
I'm also, yeah. You probably could have even used more attack cards because remember traits break the normal cap.
No, how do traits? Oh, traits don't count towards your cap?
Nope. Well, so the way it works is if you use a trait beyond the normal cap, you pitch to me how you're using the trait, and if I accept it, it doesn't count towards the cap for that action.
Oh, so in that case, sorry, that was the card I drew, so let me put that back. So can I have then... So hidden motion is basically having the attack come from a blind angle, so he can't defend himself well from it. Hunter is basically it's kind of like a ranged attacker card, basically me finding the right moment to basically throw the orb and defeat my prey.
Wait, did you just throw did you just throw 2 traits and a 4 on that?
No, the actual card was 3 traits.
Oh.
The actual attack was 3 traits.
Do you want to just throw your entire hand into that one attack?
I was going to throw these 2 cards in, because that would get me 2 more health levels off.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just going to regenerate again, but...
Nick is not wrong. Assuming you're doing this, you knock all of his health level... Like, your hit is hard enough that it takes off his head. It clangs on the ground, and more smoke comes out, and then he just strains, almost falling, and then just reaches his hand out towards the adept again.
Okay.
And once again, all or nothing attack on everybody in the room, which includes you, Dan. You are hidden, but this is an AoE, so that unfortunately doesn't matter. All or nothing attack power 6 on Dan, Nick, and Izzy.
I'm taking it.
Take it.
I'm taking
1 wound and exposed.
Okay. Is anyone willing to discard a card and draw a new one to replace it for me to defend against this?
Sure.
How high value are you going to do?
3.
Well, I am definitely wasting points, but...
Oh, well, actually, wait a minute. If that's the case, I have to draw a card from Dan and me taking the hit, or do I have to do the discard before that?
You draw cards first. You also should have drawn a card when Dan took damage from his curse.
Oh.
Yep. And you can draw again from me taking damage from this.
Oh, well, you know what? Yep. I will discard a 2 then, Nick. For you.
Sure. So,
and
through Haunted Reckoning and just being sufficiently strong, the magic kind of just waves over Hunter as she's like, I've felt worse.
Okay.
I'm shuffling my deck.
Okay, then the...
Okay, I can continue with my turn, though, right?
Yeah, he has all his health levels back.
Okay, I'm discarding Mysterious to get rid of the exposed condition. So that is how that card works.
You have to use it in a spread.
No, it says you can
you
can draw a card using it in the spread. You may discard at any time to remove stunned, exposed, or vulnerable.
So it is. Well done.
Also, yep, Izzy, draw and replace whatever you played.
Oh.
Hunted is great. Or haunted, yeah.
And I would then... So obviously this didn't work. So I'm kind of
observing... It worked
observing...
exceedingly well. It's just... So, once again, in terms of combat demo, this is literally the first thing in the book that is an example of how Phoenix works. You guys are incredibly power in direct combat. It is almost never the immediate answer by itself.
Yes. So what we're going to do then is we're going to carefully observe what has happened thus far. Obviously, straight up smashing it doesn't work very well. And I would also I'd like to draw on observation and lore from my skills and use a skill spread to determine a weakness of this creature, since obviously direct martial damage doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
So draw on what knowledge
definitely counts, and observation counts in this case. So you have a total of 14 right now.
Yes.
Which unfortunately gets you the same thing that Nick got before. This creature could be one of the fallen folk, though most people say the fallen are just firelight tales. You vaguely recall a story about some prince of fear and his dread knights. They seem to be able to perhaps, after seeing this happen, they seem to be able to draw power from fear of some kind.
Okay.
Is that your turn, Dan?
Well, I am out of cards, so yes, I will draw back up
Okay.
to 6.
The Dread Knight does now get to go. Its fear burst is a reaction, so it hasn't actually used its turn. It's going to go after you, Nick, as the last person who actually hit it, who it can see. It is going to draw out its sword, its axe, and just walk slowly towards you, dragging it on the floor with sparks coming up. And obviously, you're extremely fast, so you just think you can dodge. But every time you dodge and you turn your head, it seems like there's a shadow in the way already as the axe comes down. This is an attack of 9. It is not all or nothing.
Well. I will still defend with, I have survived a lot of things. I can survive this.
Okay. So what is your total defense?
1.
Nick. You try to dodge a little bit. It looks like you're using survivor. Oh no, it looks like you just kind of accept this coming at you. It hits you almost dead on. You take 4 brutal damage, which translates into 2 wounds.
Translates into 1 wound because I activate the ability on Survivor.
Oh, what's the ability on Survivor?
Burn 2 sparks to reduce the damage you take by 1 wound from any attack.
Oh, excellent. Perfect.
How many wounds are you at?
I have taken 1.
Okay. Also, I'm drawing a card.
Okay. And at that point, Chronicle, you're up.
Okay. So, Chronicle is going to go into the room.
I'm just going to move you behind the flame where I think you're still hiding, Dan.
The adept. Figure out the magic. Don't try fighting it.
Let's see. So is the adept the only thing that I can see in this room? Is there any other
I mean, there is the Dread Knight, and there is all of the environmental elements here: the weapon rack, the cringing addict, the signaling candles, the stuffed bear, the Imperial flame, and the Phoenix banner have been used.
Have been used.
They still exist. You only get to draw a card for the first time they're used. You may still use them as part of attempting something. Like if you wanted to try and wrap him up in the banner, you could try it again.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Stuffed bear. All right. All right. So. Yeah, this seems like a. Yeah. So, could I make some sort of roll to know, or some sort of spread to know how Dread Knights work a little better? I know that they work on fear, or that they feed off fear.
People have been trying. It is an intellect skill spread.
Right.
The highest we've gotten so far is a 14, I think.
14. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to beat that right now.
You can burn sparks. You can always burn sparks.
Yeah, that's true, but I still don't think I'd get higher than that at the moment. All right. You know what? Since they feed on fear, I am. Let's see. I'm going to take the stuffed bear.
It is a full-size taxidermy bear.
Oh, okay. Not a teddy bear.
No.
Oh, okay. That's very different. Okay. The adept is the adept conscious, or is he just?
He's screaming silently, and black mist is coming out of his mouth instead of sound and flowing into the Dread Knight.
Right. Okay. Can I use spiritual guidance to try and whatever is afflicting this adept. Can I use it to take it into myself, and purify it within me?
That would be a passing pain type thing. So what exactly? So you're just trying to take whatever link he has?
Yeah, I'm trying to use because this adept, is he like a Dawn member or is he not?
He's a Dawn Command member. Yeah, adept is a rank. It's there were a bunch of them running around in the Imperial Flame Chamber that you just came from.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, what I'm trying to do is to sort of whatever this corruption is that that's afflicting him, to sort of divide it, take a part of it into myself so it's weakened.
Okay, you can give it a shot if you want. It'll be difficult without a little bit more knowledge.
Sure.
I would say either you can kind of make an emotional appeal to him, which would be sort of a grace spread, or you can try and hit him and use passing pain to try and take it into yourself.
Grace. When you say grace spread, that means that all the cards have to be grace, or just.
Yeah. Although if your specialties apply, then you can use. Oh no, yours is grace, not yeah.
Yeah, I can use grace in any spit. Yeah. So. All right, then. Yeah, then I guess I'll try to attack him and try to take the pain into myself.
Okay, you're using passing pain.
Yeah, passing pain.
All right.
So, 2 intellect cards. All right. So, boop and boop.
Oh. Okay, no, never mind. I was just double checking that your shared strength talent specifies ally, not wingmate.
Oh, yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So my spread is so I have to do 2 cards because of passing pain. So I guess these are my 2. Actually, I'll use misspent youth here.
How?
Because let's just say, as part of my in addition to my warlock background, I know what it is like to get in way over my head with spirits.
Okay, so you're just going up to this kid, who's bruised and are you taking his it's been established that he's very determined but has some damage on him. Are you taking that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're taking his determination?
I think he's taking the twisted arm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, with that, the link will transfer to you.
And I'm going to say to him, everything will be all right.
With that, though, Ziggy, hold on, I gotta check a thing real quick. Ziggy, as you take this from him, the rest of you just see the black stream of power transfer from this adept to Chronicle. The link is still there, but it has changed its host. Ziggy, Chronicle sees nothing. If anything, it seems as if life drops out of this adept's eye, and the room gets darker as the flame snuffs out. Everyone else, the flame's still there. You are currently exposed. You are supernaturally under a fear effect.
Okay, gotcha.
Continuing to actually shout things. Chronicle, I don't know what you did, but you took the curse. It's not gone, it's on you.
You hear, Chronicle, what did you do?
Let's see.
Still your turn. You can use any other cards you have to attack, do skill spreads, etc.
Sure. I mean, since I have the curse inside me and I know what I'm feeling, can I use spiritual guidance to try and, like, basically lessen the effects on myself, like cure it from within me?
You cannot guide yourself in that way.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
Nobody can be their own therapist.
Okay. Gotcha. Hmm.
Oh, also, for the rest of you, the adept's arm looks healed. It was not enough to actually damage a phoenix, but yeah, there's like a stretch mark on Chronicle's arm now. He'll be fine.
Here's an idea. Can I try? Can I try and pass the pain into the Death Knight? Just cause a feedback loop?
You can pass wounds, but not conditions in that way.
All right.
Wash, does my bitter bond give me any insight into what Chronicle is feeling right now?
Not great. Yeah, no, he is. So Ziggy, as far as you're concerned, you did something wrong, and now the flame is out.
So, I thought I can't see anything.
No. So, I mean, it's a fear effect, and I looked at some of the stuff you put down that you're afraid of on your sheet.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
So you think you just killed this poor boy, and in some way, snuffed out the flame to do it?
Gotcha. Let's see.
As the Dread Knight laughs maniacally, still at full health.
Right. Yeah, that's all I can do for right now. I'm just gonna have my turn there.
Can I, even though my action is not going to be useful, can I take an action to give you guys better things and draw cards before he gets to smack us again?
So that's the thing. That is the entire first cycle. Now everybody, you guys can basically take your turns in whatever order you want. I'm going to say when you take a turn, please flip your Othello chip over to the black side. When they are all black, they will all flip back over. And you guys get another turn before this thing goes. So now anybody who wants to, as the party agrees, if there's a dispute, there's ways to resolve it, but it really is, who do you guys want to go next?
I can't help figure. I have no skills to help figure out this bond thing, so it's not me.
I have no traits in my hand, so I can just make a big ass skill roll and try to get a better knowledge check on how to get rid of the fear.
I have the thing that lets more of you draw cards in hand, which is why I'm saying my turn can be everyone else draws a card. Also, Ziggy, you should draw your hand back up.
Yeah, I'm drawing it.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
Okay, so
maybe you go, then I go, and then hopefully if we have a solution, then either I can execute it or someone else can execute it.
I'm currently sitting at +3 damage. I can kill this guy in one go.
Yes, but that won't do anything.
I know, which is why I'm like, I'm useless right now. I do not have the traits for this solution.
Yep. Okay, so the main thing that Hunter is going to do is just look down to the adept. Thank you for all you've done. Get out of here before it gets worse. We can handle this. I'm going to play Inspiring on a random skill check. Just because, and burn a spark so that all my wing makes me draw a card.
So because nobody has specified any particular more details, this Flamekeeper looks like an Elonian in his late teens. He's currently got extremely pale skin and vividly red hair, like a flame. And he's... It feeds off fear. You can't beat it while the one with a link is afraid.
Well, thank you for letting us know. We'll take it from here. Keep yourself safe.
Because you played inspiring, he will just kind of he'll cough out a whole like a last bit of black smog, and it'll just blow out of him, start moving towards the Dread Knight, and then it'll divert towards Chronicle, and then just sort of fall to the ground, and he seems to be able to breathe more easily. Let's go. Thank you for coming, sir. And he will salute you. Thank you for coming, ma'am. And he will just salute you and start making his way towards the exit.
And so with that, and, you know, several ribs caved in from an axe hit, Hunter's going to wave a hand over to the candles, flicker them from, like, 01101 followed by 00101.
Just so I don't have to flip through the book, what was the signal?
Dusk incursion followed by Phoenix's on-site investigation ongoing and leaving it at we're on site.
Excellent. That was the exact thing that you would... Yeah.
What?
Cool. Take the rest of your turn.
That was my turn. I have nothing left unless I get to draw from Cringing Adept and see if I can add anything.
Oh, yeah, you totally get to draw from Cringing Adept.
Sure. Oh, actually, okay, so I am trying to inspire not just me, but my friends with, honestly, resolve. It's resolve. Hunter's not afraid. Everyone else should not be afraid right now.
Okay. I'm going. I think you all missed it before, but I did actually say what you can do to get exposed away from an ally previously.
I might have missed that. Yes,
it's all good.
What was it?
Skill spread of 10, right?
Yep, at least 10. Grace spread.
Okay. Can the amount of flames in the sight of, even if the main flame is down, the flickering candles get through Chronicle's problems as by burning a spark to get my grace spread up to 10? Or 10.
Tell you what. Before that... oh, wait. Are you using superhuman strength?
I'm using it for a point of 1. I see no way in which superhuman strength actually helps what I'm trying to do, besides standing strong.
Am I able to help with this even with my fear effect, or no?
Yes, you can use... So, once again, things you can do to help an ally. Thing 1, Ziggy, you have some specific things, including discarding cards.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody, if you have a trait, you can play one trait out of turn to help another player. You must say how you are using the trait to help. It is not they are using it, it is you are using it to assist.
Right. So I am... So to help out Nick Hunter with this, I'm going to use seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
So as somebody who is at least familiar with, this scenario and being afraid, I know that this is not the end because I've seen that it's continued on.
So
like it.
I'm at 9 before anything else gets played.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that gets us up to 12.
Nice.
Does anybody else want to add anything before I say what the result is?
I can't throw sparks at it, can I?
No.
Those are traits.
Yeah, my traits do not help with this.
A card in hand that has a name?
So, Nick, I was also curious how you were trying to inspire / shake him out of it.
The flame is still there. Signals are going out. We're actually in control of this. Primarily, this is a fear-based effect, and Hunter is really just standing strong and not quaking before this, despite heavy injuries. I'm inspiring through resolve.
Okay. You said once again your total was 13?
So I am at 4 by myself, 5 from that, total 13 thanks to Ziggy's bonus.
Okay. Ziggy, you see a break in your vision for a second, and sparks floating out from the flame for a second. You can tell something's not right here, and then the darkness closes in again. Nick, you didn't quite make it through, but you've opened the door. The next attempt has a +10.
Okay. Well, it's...
Also, you played it too, so I hope you drew.
I did. I drew the 1 after that, which was not very helpful, but, it still worked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next up is the Dread Knight.
Wait, I was first action. Don't we get 2 actions before he goes?
Chronicle went.
No, he didn't. He played a card out of turn.
Yeah, I played a
Yes,
card.
I know. So the fight started with Izzy popping through. He took a turn. Then the Dread Knight went. Then 2 of you went. Then Chronicle went, and now Nick. So that's how. The reason it seems like the Dread Knight's activating a lot is because you guys keep activating his regen ability, which is an AoE attack on everyone.
Oh, no, it's also he acted at turn 2, and I wasn't sure if at the start of a new turn it was 2 of our actions, then his, then 2 of his.
Nope, it's every 2 Phoenix actions, period.
Fair.
So let's see. Who's the most recent? Because I think he's actually going after Nick again, unfortunately.
Well, rip.
It's the last person to actually hit him. Who is a valid target. Mm-hmm. Nick, it stares at you with its red eyes turning into ruby points of light, and then catching yours and just beaming malevolence and terror directly at you. Do not interfere. This is an all or nothing attack 8.
Well, I can't actually beat that because of what I drew, I think.
Pout is going to dive forward and take the hit.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is also still a ranged attack?
Yeah, this one is.
Okay.
So you were taking it with Death Wish, is he?
I'm taking... yeah, I mean, I think I can make a defense of 1, but I don't see the point because we need to wait for him to finish his regen.
Yeah.
So...
okay. You dive in the way very expertly.
No, Pout just, gets running, trips over his own shoes. Wait! Turns slightly, and the axe just catches me on the side of my curly red hair, so I now have a lopsided haircut.
Well, this was Dreadgaze, not his strike, but yeah.
Oh, Dreadgaze?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Regardless, you're already exposed, so you can't be double exposed. That said, you take 1 wound.
Draw a card.
Okay.
Well,
and now you guys get to decide the next 2 Phoenixes to go before the Dread Knight gets to do anything.
do we think Chronicle can shake himself off, or should...
Is he allowed to shake himself off?
You cannot make a grace spread to shake yourself out of fear.
What's the threshold we have to beat?
You know it is at least 10.
Okay.
I got this.
And you said the net...
we have a +10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this, and it's fear, which is one of my specialties.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, no, so, after getting, lobbing over, having stared at this guy, I'm just going to kind of, meander and bump into Chronicle. And I'm just going to look at him, just be like, Chronicle, wake up! Don't be afraid! Don't be afraid of death! The flame is still here! Come out of the shadows! Come into the light! Do you see the light? And I'm going to, do one of those clown smacks to try to wake him up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can I get fear, shadow, and death because I threw all those in there?
You can get fear and shadow.
Okay. So, I'll throw a 2 at this. I get a +10 because of Nick, and I get an additional +5 for each shadow and death, so that would be a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the hell of it, just to make sure, make it a 25.
Okay. Good call, because fear specifically is a negative to trying to stop fear, to trying to get rid of fear.
Oh, oops.
So, you do, in fact, pull it off. So, here we go. The Ziggy Chronicle's vision snaps back into place. You always knew that this couldn't be real, but part of you is relieved all the same. The tether of black energy snaps like a whip, and the Dread Knight recoils as it goes back into him. Anybody who is exposed may remove that condition now. In addition, you see the Dread Knight as he really is. His armor is rusted and piecemeal. His face is now revealed, pale and dull, with skin cracking like parchment. His eyes dull and red of dull red of dying coals look upon you with hatred. He no longer has the same power over you, the Adept or Chronicle. And now he is exposed, meaning his defense is now 2 instead of 4.
Oh, okay. So I was going to, as I'm smacking Chronicle out of this stupor, I was going to turn and continue the smacking hand motion, and as I do so, I'm knocking into the giant stuffed bear. It is pinning him to the ground, and I'm just going to kind of like squat on top of him and just repeatedly forehand backhand this guy. How dare you hurt innocent people! Smack, smack, smack. How many health levels does he have?
5.
1, 2. Killer Instinct. All of this is brutal.
Oof.
I'm okay with Killer Instinct. Remember, it's a max of 2 cards per attack.
Oh no, each of these is their own spread, because I'm currently at +4.
Oh. You still need to have at least 5 in a total, but yeah.
Well, yeah, the lowest is the Killer Instinct, which is a 5. Because he's got a defensive 2. The lowest I need is a 3.
Yeah, so you need at least a 5 of total to do damage to him, yes. Because the health levels are each level 3.
Brutal damage.
Brutal is for that attack spread, right?
Brutal damage is for every attack in this spread.
No.
Spread.
Oh, nope. It says until end of the round.
Yeah.
That is in fact accurate.
Yeah, everything.
As a quick reminder, you cannot use brutal damage to take away the last health level unless you actually do enough.
Okay, that's fine. I will say that the 4 that I threw out there is enough, which is... Well, actually, hold on a minute. So the lowest thing I'm dealing him right now is 5, because I'm dealing +4, which is the Killer Instinct. So I'll also just throw this 4 out there. So, actually, this is too much. Because the 4 is a 7, and he's 2 health levels. I'll take one of these.
This is how bitters do roll.
You know what? Fuck it. No kill like overkill. All that. Fuck it. So let's see. Let's see. This is 6, 7, 5, 8, 8, all brutal. I'm pretty sure I killed like 3 of him.
Yep. That will do it.
He did it. He died as he lived, pinned to the ground under a bear whirl. An angry, sad clown is just beating the crap out of him with a rubber chicken. He knows what he did.
In the last hit, you knock off his helmet, and there's something eerily familiar about the overly hairy face.
God damn you, Wash. Okay.
As he falls to the floor and starts decomposing.
Okay, PM.
Did he say something in that?
Okay, you guys are out of combat.
There's going to briefly nurse ribs them like, all right, that should hurt way more than it does.
You're telling me as it's gonna kind of flop the bleeding and shattered arm.
Also, everybody draw up to hand limit if you are below it. You get to refill instantly outside of combat time.
And I have no traits in hand again. Wonderful. Okay. We knew there were a bunch of attacks. This can't be the only one.
So Pout is going to look down at this body as it is decomposing, and even as it's starting to fall apart, he's going to take his rubber chicken and continue to beat the corpse.
Pout. Pout. It's fine. It's dead.
Take that, you bastard! He's the...
Let's see. While this is going on, does Hunter or Bit look more injured?
I think like Pout is definitely the most injured, but Bit is definitely more injured than Hunter.
I'm pretty sure Ziggy has already explained he is not healing me ever.
I mean, do you want me to heal you?
No, I'm good. I'm dealing +4 damage right now. I'm on death's door.
Then Fine. Then I won't.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Chronicle will will put his hand on Bit's shoulder, and I will. How many wounds do you have on you?
I took 2.
All right, then I'll spend a spark to take 1 myself.
Okay.
Wash, do I get a card for that?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Just gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Pout...
if you guys need a bio break or anything, or if you have questions, this is a good, like...
I think this is a bio break time for me as well. Be right back.
Okay.
Because I'm about to...
Take a 5-minute pause. Well, I read up the next thing anyway.
Well, I suppose we were just going to talk to them because I was going to go scouting, but...
Oh, yeah. So what do you guys think of Phoenix Dawn Command so far?
It has the exact same traits as every other game where you have to do tactics in an RPG, which is a lot of fun.
Standard procedure in this situation is the thing that Hunter already did.
Well, lad...
The signaling candles.
Yeah, like, the signaling candles are cool. Hunter's mostly going to secure the area, make sure the adept is safe, see if there's anyone else nearby, and try and listen for what's going on.
Yeah, I'll do what the adept says when everybody's back.
Cool. Do you want me to just make a scouting spread for you right now?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
That would be Grace. And you know what? In this particular case, I will allow strength as well.
I mean, I particularly get to just play one of those no matter what, but... Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's see. Your thresholds are basically 5, 10, 15, 20.
25 and 30 are also there, but yes.
Well, so first off, we're going to do that. So that is 7. I can just hit 15.
Once again, I'll wait until people get back. And also, just for future reference, getting rid of normal exposed is a difficulty 10 check. It was higher difficulty to get rid of the supernatural fear effect.
Yeah, one of the big questions I have right now for this system is what is relevant degree of success mean? I'm sort of assuming that if you get less than 10, it's basically worthless.
Yes. There are some times when it's relevant, but yeah, no, it's hard-gated there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
But as people are recuperating, bandaging, Hunter's going scouting.
Mm-hmm.
See what else we might be dealing with or what's going on around here. Kick up off walls, look through windows, sneakily look through corridors, all that good jazz.
Okay. Also, Ziggy still here?
Yep, sure.
Oh, yeah, I see your cursor moving. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait until it gets back. Everyone was harmed in the making of this session.
Especially Pout.
That's what he wants.
Yeah, no, Pout just has, like, this very haunted look, like, as he is continuing to pummel, like, this corpse into dust as everybody else is bandaging up.
As I said, like, Pout, he's done, he's dead, it's all right, but then eventually going scouting.
Yeah. No, you don't understand.
I don't understand what.
He's one of them.
He's one of the fallen, or a servant of them, yes.
No, he was one of the raiders that came and took over the castle and killed all the civilians.
Pout, do you mean right now, or when you were originally alive?
When I was alive.
Ancestors preserve us. That is substantially more terrifying than I would have thought.
I'm going to look over to Chronicle. Like, do you have any information or knowledge of history about what had happened all those years? How could this be him? What kind of evil did he do to turn into this?
Wash, is there any record I have of mortals becoming fallen?
By all means, if you would like to make an intellect spread.
Sure. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll use since I can use oh no, I can only use grace cards for that. Or I can only use
I'll say if you want you can use spirits for this.
Okay,
which
sure.
will let you use some grace cards.
Well, I'll also use warlock because yeah. And sure, I'll use a grace here. So that'll be
and I'll say in this particular case your warlock trait will count as a 3.
Okay, gotcha. So it's 7, 10, 12.
12. Let's see here. 12, and you counted the +5 from your specialty?
Oh, no. So that's 17.
All right.
I actually want to throw... Oh, fuck me, I can only...
and because Izzy has and because and because Pout has given you some rather specific information, I'm going to add that in as an extra +5 and say that gets you
22.
Yeah.
I was going to throw a trait at that, but I don't think...
if you want to, you can.
The best I can do is an additional +1, which I don't think does anything.
Yeah, it's increments of 5.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what the trait is, but yeah.
Vengeful. I am pissed off. Like, part of me is...
I'll make that a +3 in this particular case,
yeah,
and I'll get you to 25.
Part of me is racking my brain trying to remember if I heard this specific guy's name. And Wash, if I PM.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I'm Is that okay, or do you have a more thematic name for setting?
For setting?
For Dawn Command. Is it?
I mean, Dawn Command is at Pyre.
I meant, would I remember the name of this particular raider? Like, was he... I'm assuming he was one of the higher-ups, since I recognized his face.
Well, I told you who I based him off of.
Yes, which is why I'm asking you if...
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, if I remember... Yeah, no, he was one of the lieutenants. I believe they said his name was Rayquaza. Do you know anything about that?
Is that a name that I recognize? And again, I'm more focusing on just the possibility of mortals turning into fallen. But yeah, if I know this guy by name, then so much the better. Yeah.
Can I assist with Traveler at all?
So I'm going to just read out some things that you can figure out by putting all these pieces together, Chronicle.
Sure.
Thing 1, because you're basically getting info dumps from 2 sections with that 25. Some of this could have come up earlier, but it's all flooding back to you now. On Greystone, you've heard Phoenixes cleansed the region of some lingering evil back when Skavia was brought into the Empire. That's why they established the area in such a region, to assure people the darkness had been driven away. You remember a specific story about the region. Long ago, a Skavi warlock leader bargained with a fallen prince known as the Harvester of Fear. The Harvester was supposed to wipe out a rival clan. He pulled their fears from their minds and unleashed them into the world. These terrors killed the clan and then went to kill on the foolish warrior who'd made the bargain, along with his people. These fears lingered, preying on anyone who ventured into the moors. Thus, the region was shunned until the Phoenixes of the Empire defeated the Harvester and cleansed the area. The Greystone area was supposedly a stronghold of the Harvester himself before the Phoenixes claimed and sanctified it. In addition, this is stuff that you haven't necessarily asked about yet, but you got a 25. A number of ruins lie scattered around the Empire, hinting at ancient civilizations, nations that fell so long ago we know nothing about them. Scholars refer to these as the Old Kingdoms. The architectural style of this building is reminiscent of those ruins. Some say the Fallen are remnants of the people of the Old Kingdoms. This tower could have been built by the Fallen long ago. The tower was once a stronghold of the Harvester. Once he was defeated, the Phoenixes must have converted it into an eyrie in hopes of containing any lingering evil influences. Studying it, you realize it was designed as a psychic amplifier. It concentrates and magnifies fears. If the Harvester regains his full power, the building will allow him to spread his influence over the entire region of Skavia.
Gotcha. It seems that raider that slew you was not content to leave it there. He made bargains with the worst forms of spirits, a harvester of fear that betrayed him, killed him, and took the region as his own. This entire place is meant to magnify his powers, and it's turned it into a desolate wasteland.
But he wasn't the main raider. He was just one of the lieutenants. They were also vicious.
Then chances are he was just as much a victim of that betrayal.
Pout is just going to set his jaw. Less of a sad clown and very much a very mad, angry clown.
As long as he doesn't develop metal teeth, we're all fine.
No. It seems as though he and his comrades paid the ultimate price for their greed and lust for power.
More like bloodlust.
Well, in any case, their deaths were among the most the most horrifying imaginable, quite by design.
It's no less than they deserve, but doesn't bring back the Fallen.
It does not, and the fact remains that these Fallen, whatever Fallen remain, are still very much a threat. If this Harvester still exists in this area in some form or another, then Skilla remains very much in danger.
Losh, since this is kind of my old stopping ground, if I go to a window and look out, do I recognize any of the landscape, or has what I'm assuming was once farmland and is now barrens and moors and swamplands, that's changed?
Correct.
Sorry, what?
Correct.
Okay. Do I recognize mountains and stuff will not have changed? Do I know the general area where I'm, or what if this building existed back in my time period? A no is perfectly fine.
Sorry, what was the question? I was checking on a... Yeah, anyway.
Sorry,
Dan, are you back at the table?
Yeah, I said I was back a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Damn it, missed it.
Do I recognize the building we're in, or any other landmarks nearby?
Well, it It's not exactly the same. It's been, as Chronicle would know, modified to act as a cyclic amplifier, but yeah, it looks a lot like a very familiar castle.
Great! As we're wandering through the halls. I'm just going to be, like, looking at spots very specifically as we're starting to go through these halls in a little bit. Great.
There you go, Izzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now that everybody's back, you guys wanted to talk to the adept, and then I will be dealing with Nick's scouting trip right after that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, as we're just kind of finishing bundle up waiting for Hunter to come back, I'm just going to kind of literally look over the moors and just be like, that's where the battle took place, when all the villagers were told to come within the walls for safekeeping. Probably would have been safer if they just fled. We were just a bunch of sitting ducks in one basket. Nothing funny about it.
Alright. Well, a minute or two later, so Nick, you know what, we'll do that first, because it sounds like you ran away before everybody talked to the adept, unless you made a point to stop because you would have seen him on the way.
I would have made a point to check with the adept because I sent him off.
Sir, and he'll move his head up and his arm up to do a salute, and then almost look at it surprised when he realizes it's no longer twisted and broken. Sir, Callan, reporting for duty. Thank you for coming, sir.
That's really more one for Chronicle than me, but glad to be here. Not very happy that we have to, but what happened?
It's more of a story, sir. May I recount it all at once?
I'm going to make sure the others are here too, because Hunter only knows folk tales and stories and not mystical mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah, I just want to, once again, running a pre-written adventure, I want to do the blurb all at once. Callan, as you learn his name is, takes a few breaths to steady himself. Even as he seems heartened by the presence of phoenixes, he's been through an ordeal. Takes a deep breath and says, I hate it here. The Empire didn't build this place. They took an old Skavi shrine to the fallen and converted it to an eyrie. Sometimes I see things on the walls out of the corner of my eyes. Things like that creature. Visibly shudders and then regains his composure. Everyone has been on edge. We're afraid of the bones, but it's more than that. There's despair that just seems to seep into your veins and infect you. It's at its worst tonight. I can't explain it, but I knew something terrible was coming for us. And then it did. The front doors flew open. I just saw this man. I couldn't quite see him, but I knew he was a lord or a king. He had these knights with him, and people in chains. I remember the moon. The moon itself was hanging over him. The Flamekeeper yelled at me for me to go and warn Pyre, and then I ran. And then one of his knights caught up with me, and, well, you know the rest of the story. It's been about 15 minutes since that happened, if anybody cares about timing.
How many people... How many... Go ahead, Dick, sorry.
You did a good job. Facing them is not something anyone is prepared for.
Thank you, sir. Or, sorry. Great. I keep forgetting that you were female for a second, Nick. I'm sorry. Thank you, ma'am.
How many people did he bring in chains?
I didn't stay long enough to count, but it was significant.
Did you get a count on how many knights came with him?
At least 2. I didn't... I'm ashamed, sir, but I didn't make a point to look back too much. I didn't want to lose my nerve any more than I already had.
Don't be ashamed. You're braver than most.
Do you have any idea where they were headed?
Down to the main floor, I'd imagine. Only one way down from here. There's here we go. So I skipped over this a little bit. The building seems to be made from a single polished black piece of black stone. The surface of the walls are uneven, slightly warped and undulating. The reflection of the firelight sometimes seems to be replaced by a strange images you can't quite place. There is only one exit from this room, a large open arch, and you notice a thin layer of mist rolling in from the hallway.
We're going to be going into the unknown, but we don't necessarily have to go in without any intelligence.
Nick, I'm holding over your spread. What was the total again?
Oh, I got a 15.
Okay. Don't worry, it won't be wasted, but we've kind of covered some of the stuff I was going to tell you, unless you really want to, like, speedster ahead.
Oh, no. I was going to say, Bit, you're much better at being unseen than almost anyone I've met. Let's see what we're dealing with, and then come up with a plan.
Bit? Right, the other member in our wing.
He's not that hard to notice.
Where is he?
I will also say that you guys can now... you have a moment, but obviously things are moving quickly. You have as much time as you want to plan and do things, but time is of the essence, and there are hostages.
Mm-hmm.
As it turns out,
as the case may be.
As it turns out, Bit is directly behind Pout. Hey, I'm here.
Ah! Backfist. Don't scare me like that.
It goes over his head. He's very short.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can sense when you're in danger. I cannot sense your location.
Oh. Sorry.
You still seem hurt. Are you okay? Are you up for this?
Yeah, I'm fine. My arm feels a lot better since Chronicle looked at it.
I think your liver's falling out.
No, that's just...
Not you, Bit. That's Pout.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'm going to put a finger in my mouth, just blow slightly, and just part of my shirt inflates to cover the gaping wound where my liver is hanging out.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, Bit. Let's go see. Let's go ahead a bit. See if from Shadow we can come up with an avenue of attack, but I don't think we have the luxury of time right now. If ever we had the luxury of time.
We have... Sorry, out of character. Do we have any idea what the shadows are weak to?
Oh, Shadows was... The two of us who have any stealth ability should go scout.
Okay. I can do that.
I don't actually know if I qualify as stealthy because I also have shadows. I'm going to assume I don't.
No, that's not a stealth thing, it's you understand them.
Okay. I will hang back.
The combo of what? Spycraft and scouting sounds like those are two pretty good stealth abilities.
I hope you're enjoying my integration of your backstory, Izzy.
I'm hating you a little bit.
Excellent.
Let's see. So you're continuing to scout?
I think it's see what the two of us can find when scouting, but otherwise everyone's advancing, is at least my plan. Does anyone else have a plan?
I mean, I was going to just talk to Chronicle about the past and try to, come to better terms of it. But we can do that after you scout.
That sounds like a thing you guys can do while you're wandering down the hallway and the scouts are going further ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll try and coordinate between the two of you scouting to see if you can like split up and get find like the most complete amount of information, and I'll use the commander card to do it.
Ooh,
so you'll get 3 to your spread. add 3 to your spread.
I think that's relevant for Bit because 3 does not help my spread at all.
So Bit, yeah. So if you want to add 3 to your scouting spread, then do so.
Well,
Sure.
So which of you is going first? Bit? Sounds like?
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Okay.
Well, yeah. And Nick, I'm letting you keep that 15 from before for a thing that I'm about to say.
So
Okay,
obviously,
that's what I was assuming this was for.
obviously scouting is observation. As far as like observing this form of the dread, can I use lore towards this as well?
You know what? Hold off on that because there is a thing that lore will be about to do after I read the next blurb. As you two move ahead together, the floors of the area are hidden beneath a layer of heavy fog. The mist distorts sound. You can't hear your own footsteps, but you hear other sounds all around you. Whispers, sobs, cries of pain. Hard to tell what's coming from downstairs and what's simply in your mind. Dark shapes dart in and out of the mist. Insects, perhaps? So, Nick, with your scouting spread from before and the 15, these dark shapes aren't insects. They seem to be some type of shape formed from the mist. Each one of them is unique and twisted in its own way. Their exact nature eludes you. If you would like to try and figure out their exact nature, that would be an intellect, arcane, lore, and spirit spread.
Just whispering over to a person who has any idea what smarts are.
Sure.
About what I have been seeing in the mists.
Okay, so we'll be using lore for this. Can I use observation towards it as well?
I think if you have any skill that's applicable, it gives a +5. But
No, every specialty that applies gives a +5.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, observation helps figuring out that it's actually mist and that they are all different, but it doesn't help figuring out what their nature is.
Probably can't. Spycraft definitely doesn't work.
If we were able to add multiple, would I have been able to add either resolve for no, this mental bullshit doesn't affect me, or traveler for I've seen a lot, man.
They will come up in a minute.
Fire spread. What?
They will come up in a minute.
Could I? So are these? So these things are like appearing to look like insects. Can I use? Can I apply deception to try to like see through whatever bizarre illusion or weirdness is going on?
No, that would be if you wanted to lie to them.
Okay. Well, I guess I just have the one then, so I'm gonna have to just do.
Remember, skill spreads are 3 cards plus any traits that you think you can convince me are relevant and specialties that apply. So you've got a flat +5 plus 3 cards.
As it turns out, I have exactly 0 traits in hand, so we're just going to go with these, and I'm allowed to use 1 card as an intelligence card, regardless of suit. So
Very nice.
We're going to do that, so 15.
15 total?
Yep.
Okay. These are manifestations of fears torn from the minds of the Airy staff. They're tiny spirits, they have no sentience of their own, and cannot be physically harmed. But you will have to go get past them in order to move forward, and they may start drawing. The mist may start drawing from you phoenixes as you get closer.
Okay. While we were discussing this, is this about the time that the rest of the party shows up?
Unless they're waiting for you guys to get back, yeah.
I mean, I was figuring we were probably going to be sitting back, and I was just going to be talking to Chronicle.
I'm going to say you guys are fine until you get to a point where the mist is thick enough that you know it's going to interact with you if you have to go through more of it. Bit was able to figure out where that threshold is.
I'm really tempted to do just something dumb and trace a path through, but... Okay. You know what? Fuck it. this is bad, and the Fallen are involved, and that's of a particular sort of vehemence for Hunter. This isn't the specific Fallen, but it's still a Fallen. We need to get through this mist. We need to find a path. I'm pretty good at finding paths, and you know what? This fear is nothing compared to what I have already survived. Trying to use Resolve and Scouting to find a way through.
Okay.
Calling on Survivor trait, because boy, has worse happened.
So you're just trying to pick your way through?
I'm basically going, okay, these little fears, they are meaningless. I'm finding what the best path through is, and pushing through to try and figure out what our way past whatever this trap is would be.
Okay.
So I mean, Resolve and Scouting.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so that's 10, that's 13. We think. This is 17 and 20.
20. Okay. So I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that year holdover, and also say that. Yeah, well, we'll get to it. So, Nick, as you start to go through the mist and you pass that barrier, what is the thing that this manifestation of fear would pull out of your mind and display before you? You do in fact manage to overcome it, and it does not faze you, but it does still manifest. And others can see it in the mist as it touches you.
A young woman with a gaping wound in her chest, who wears a mask that is the whole of the half mask that Hunter has on her belt.
Okay. You stare at it for a moment, but with your resolve and knowing that this isn't real, with all of the preparation and information you have gathered, you take a deep breath and walk through her.
I don't think it's not that this isn't real, it's that there's just a whisper of, you have to try harder. It's already happened.
Okay. So, here's what happens. You are all going to have to pass through the mists. If you follow the path that Hunter has found for you, you each get a +3. But everybody needs to make a grace spread to get through. Fear does apply as a specialty, and Pout, I'll give you an extra +3 on top of that. So I think you're like at a minimum 11.
Okay.
But everybody has to pass through, and something that you fear will manifest. Your check will determine how well you handle it.
Okay.
I guess I'll do mine. So with the +3, that's an 11.
Let's see. Do you have any traits you wish to add?
No.
Okay. With an 11 total, what do you see that makes you afraid, Bit?
A long, ornate table with what looks like a family sitting at it. Father figure at the head, children, kind of laughing and talking along the longer sides of the table. And then an empty chair with that looks like no one sits in it.
Are you Tiny Timming us?
No, I am not actually Tiny Timming you.
Okay, so because of your total was 12, unfortunately you do push through the mists, but it takes an act of will, and your flame and its power reacts instinctively as phoenixes do to push back this supernatural effect. You will start the next scene exposed, and you have to burn 3 sparks.
Okay, I just burned them right away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what is the effect of exposed again?
You have so one supernatural fear might have some other effects when you're up against a fear fallen, but the basic effect is 1 less card on defense. Yeah. Who's next? This is not an easy game.
We're playing XCOM, man.
You want to go Ziggy, or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. You said I can use fear as a specialty for this?
Yes.
So
you have a +3 because you know this area and you've dealt with this particular problem before, and you have a +3 from Nick, so you're at a base 11.
Okay, well, here's my grace. And
it is grace. You cannot use strength. Oh, wait, never mind. You get a specialty, right? I need to stop doing that.
Yeah. So 9 plus 20.
20. What do you see that makes you afraid? You and Nick have both basically conquered it with no negative effects.
Okay.
Thus far.
Honestly, I think this is just me reliving the worst day of my life. Probably in the exact same location. There is going to be a regal-looking man stepping forward, crown on his head, thick beard, and wearing ornate but very functional armor. Like, more function than... And he's going to turn and look at me and say, "We will handle this threat. Make sure you keep everyone safe." And, as he turns and walks off into the mist, a small boy is going to run towards me and say, "Help, please, they're all dead, and they're coming after us now, too." And you just see Pout kind of, again, set his jaw, hold back tears, and just turns and just, walks through the boy, almost ignoring his existence at this point.
Okay. You make it through. Chronicle.
So we're basically just confronting. Are we confronting past fears or future
something
fears?
that it's literally pulling something that would make you afraid out of your head and manifesting it in mist.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I basically walk through the mist and I see, ruins and dust and just basically what looks to be like a barren wasteland, or what looks to be a fortress that's crumbled away over the years, and it looks almost unrecognizable. But as I move toward it, I see myself standing in front of what is basically what, upon closer examination, looks to be the only structure that doesn't look half decayed or lost to the ages. And upon closer examination, it looks to be the flame of the Grand Eyrie at Pyre. That it is crumbled away to nothingness with no one else there but me.
Alright. Please make your grace spread. Any relevant traits you wish to add as well. And remember, you have a +3 from following Hunter's Path.
Right. Let's see.
In retrospect, I might have been able to allow deception to work as a specialty, but I would have had to say, Bit, how are you lying to yourself?
Okay.
Can
Sorry, I
I
wish I'd thought of that sooner.
can I apply tradition to this since I'm trying to basically move through to keep uh the traditions of the dawn alive?
Um, that's a bit of a stretch.
Okay, then yeah, forget. Okay, so gray spread you said?
Yeah.
Okay, do that. Let's see. I'll use savior because I'm definitely because I despite it all I want to save the world and not have the dawn go away.
You know what? Do you consider yourself the savior of the Imperial Flame in this particular moment?
In this particular moment, yeah.
Okay, I will make that count as a 5.
Okay. Let's see. And I can draw one card.
Mm-hmm. And remember, so when I said this is a grace spread, you can use intellect spread cards if they apply. But yeah.
Well,
Sorry, you can use intellect traits. There we go.
Right.
Yeah. So what is your total?
So you said you said savior was going to be 3?
I said 5.
Oh, 5, sorry. So 5, 7, 11, so 15.
15. Okay. You make it through without having to burn any sparks. But this vision does affect you, and you will start the next scene exposed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, once again, just because this is more or less a mechanics demo, the way this particular check worked, now that everybody's done it, if you got less than a 15, you had to spend enough sparks to bring it up to 15. And if you got 20 or more, you would not start the next scene exposed.
Okay.
Also, thank you. That was great, everybody.
We've learned... Well, do we see each other's fears? Because they manifest.
You see at least hints of them. It depends on how close you are to each other when you're going through. All right. Here we go. You guys enter. You guys make it to the end of the hall, down a winding set of stairs, pushing your way through the mist, until eventually you find yourselves in a new space. Once this was a great hall. Today it stands bare, floors hidden beneath a layer of roiling fog. The chamber is dominated by a strange sculpture formed from stone and steel, an abstraction of a tree. A thick pillar with broad branches extending from it, studded with sharp spikes. People are chained to the tree. Skavi villagers, members of the Aerie staff. You can see the Flamekeeper hanging from a high branch. Though the prisoners appear unconscious, they thrash and moan. A large glass sphere sits atop the tree, shimmering with a pale glow like moonlight. It's hollow and nearly filled with darting black shapes. Looking more closely, you see streams of darkness flowing up the tree from the bodies of the victims. A ragged Death Knight is watching the main gate, blade drawn, but your eyes are drawn to the figure standing in front of the tree. A tall man carving shallow wounds in the back of a moving prisoner with the Harvester of Fear wears an elaborate mask, an unblemished alabaster face, its temples ringed with shards of jagged obsidian in a mockery of a king's crown. One pale, flawless hand holds a long scepter, both elegant and barbaric, studded with the same razor-sharp obsidian of his crown. His other hand is bony and clawed as a dark pitch. He uses those claws to drag long, shallow cuts in a prisoner's cheek. His voice is a whisper, but you hear it as if he's whispering in your ear. Don't hold it in. He speaks matter-of-factly, as if a butcher calming a calf. The longer you scream, the longer you'll live. Let me pull out some stuff here.
Ooh, a tree.
we actually get a battle map for this?
Something like that.
Or
See, I want to rush forward and beat his face in, but I know that's not going to work.
So here is the Harvester.
oh dear. Red Knight card.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry, let me double check his... Oh, sorry. So I was a little lazy and didn't get all of the health levels in correctly. And I'm using these dice for some of his instead.
It's like we're playing Sentinels.
Oh boy.
So, this is a ginormous grand hall / throne room. You guys will have to make grace spreads to move across it quickly. They are not currently aware of your presence. Let me see here. I believe which two of you were right.
Pout and Hunter were the two that managed to get by without any problems, if that's relevant.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
but I
And you know
I
what?
believe Bit and Hunter were the two ahead because you were the scouts.
It's true.
Just don't want it to cover up the color.
Were you trying to put those on? Oh, for the two who are currently known?
Well, no, they are not known. They are supernatural. They are exposed, which is supernatural fear.
I see what you did there.
How many Death Knights are there? Is it just the one?
Just one. He's got. Oh, whoops.
As the others come through, Hunter's been watching this for a bit, and she looks over her shoulder. Bit. Chronicler, I don't know what that orb is. I would guess it's similar to what the other Death Knight was doing, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to deal with it.
If you would like, that is what intellect spreads are for.
This is why I'm talking to the two Phoenixes who have intellect spreads.
I got one intellect card in my hand, so...
Also, feel free to examine the torch for environmental elements and make some plans.
I have, if I take a turn, I can also burn more sparks to inspire you guys to give you larger hands again.
That seems reasonable.
I have two gimmicks. They're both pretty good gimmicks.
I have one gimmick. I do one thing very well. Unfortunately, I shouldn't be doing it right now.
A few of us can probably get closer under, say, cover of fog and similar things.
So, as you guys enter the room, let's see. It looks like Bit. Which of you, Bit and Chronicle, which of you feels like you has been more affected? You have uncovered more and been more affected by the visceral fear thus far.
I mean, I think I lost a decent amount of stuff from it. I already got injured in the last fight, so probably me.
It's not an injury thing; it's an information thing. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well,
yeah, I think
it makes more sense then. Okay, Bit. The sphere. It's made of pale, growing crystal. It's nearly filled with darkness that swirls and writhes against its prison. Bit recognizes these as fears pulled free from their host. These fears are further amplified by the tower itself. If it fills to capacity and explode, these living fears will kill everyone and corrupt the entire region. all of those things that you saw will manifest, and they won't just be mist.
Okay.
Wait, that means the king will be alive again?
But worse.
I mean, dying in an infinite loop, yeah.
I don't like that.
Also, plan A, break the sphere. No longer the plan.
Yeah, that is definitely no longer the plan. I will explain this to the group.
Does it look like we can get the orb off of the tree?
So part of the reason that there is grace for movement in this particular is to see how you guys can get places. So once again, you guys start on the other side of a great hall. So you're all over here. Between you and the tree is first the Death Knight, who's not exactly looking in your direction. They're not aware of you, but he is between you. At the base of the tree, caressing in a way that draws blood to some of the people hanging from it, is the Harvester, who looks like that card. Then the tree itself is not particularly short, and has, like I said, many staff and townspeople hanging off of it, impaled in various places. They're not dead, but they're all in pain and fear. And then on top of the tree itself, gathering from all of them, is the sphere.
I might be able to run away with it, but that also might not matter. We need to find some way to get rid of their fear.
I will say, you guys can start making intellect spreads once you make it at least part way up the tree. Until you get at least that close, you can't really figure out how to deal with it.
Okay. Well.
Alright, so the question is, do we try to gank the Death Knight, or is that going to just immediately paint a target on us?
I feel like we want a target painted on us to show people that there actually still is light and hope.
I also have a quick question for you guys. I am fully confident in us in being able to finish this encounter tonight, but I know that at least one person has a 10 o'clock hard cutoff. It is 9:26.
We got this.
Okay. Is that everybody?
Seems fine.
Okay. We're probably going to go a little late.
All right.
As you were, let me know when you guys want to take first action involving moving up the chamber in any way. Strategize for as long as you like. This is not an easy fight. Or encounter, whatever it ends up being.
I mean, I can stay sneaky. I have a bunch of and I don't have many intellect cards in my hands right now, so I can burn a bunch of grace cards to like get closer.
I have intellect cards to burn, so I can do that.
I have nothing useful right now.
Let's get closer and see if we can help find a good hidden path for the others to at least appear out of the mists in a surprise.
Oh, I will also say that in general, once you guys start taking either overt action, we will drop immediately into quote-unquote initiative.
Does moving count as overt?
What's up?
Does moving count as overt?
If you are visible while doing it, yes.
Everybody go before me. I'm going to pee. My first go is probably going to be... Oh, actually, Wash, dumb question. From our previous encounter with the Death Knight, does it look like this guy is latched onto somebody via fears?
This one is not. In fact, you guys can tell, and Chronicle, you can tell this instantaneously. All of the fear in this room is being channeled into that orb. He can't feed off it.
Okay, I can take out the Death Knight right away. So if you all want to sneak and get closer, I can just go up and pick him off.
That seems pretty reasonable.
Like, I mean, just double check my math, but I'm pretty confident I can do that. I'm just going to be very low on sparks, but I've got one wound left. I'm not going to be doing much in this fight, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, what we can do is we're not in combat time right now, so we can like roll spreads to get closer, and then once we're ready, you can alpha strike the Dread Knight.
But I got...
So I feel like alpha striking the Dread Knight is good. I honestly feel like the big thing we have to do is make the people here lose their fear and believe that they can actually be saved even as we're fighting.
They're not conscious.
The ones that are, because at least a few of them are.
Yeah, you can't really scream if you're unconscious. Be right back.
So we have a couple of options. We can try to do that for some of the conscious ones. We can try to fight the harvester directly, although we don't know how active the process of harvesting the fear is.
By the way, the Flame Keeper is on the top of the Tree of Pain. It's one of the torch elements, so I figured that'd be relevant.
Okay.
We need to at least consider the possibility that we might have to kill these people to stop the fear from being siphoned.
I should also note, because you guys would know this, if it explodes in its current state, it'll kill everybody in a several-mile radius. If it's full, it'll kill the whole region.
I really don't like that, but I'm not wrong.
I'm aware, but sometimes we have to make bad choices.
Honestly, I'd rather see how much of it we can suck into ourselves than deal with that, but I don't know magic, you two know magic, so I'm going to follow your lead in regards to what we can do about that orb.
We can look. I have no idea if we even can remove fear from the orb.
Chronicler managed to transfer it before.
Though I can only transfer it into myself.
And that was also fear that was emanating from the Dread Knight's aura. That wasn't from a container.
Oh no, that fear was emanating from the adept.
Right.
Right. It wasn't fear from a container.
So the Dread Knight isn't actually drawing strength from anywhere. So does that mean he doesn't have a link?
He does not have multi-life, no.
Okay, so we can probably just nuke him then.
I feel like out nuking him is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the rest of us move up, Pelt gets ready to nuke, and then we go from there.
Alright.
I guess I'll do a roll. So I'm going to use the Layers of Fog with Shadow Dancer to become hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to throw out... So these 3 grace cards, and I'm going to add Sneaky because I am slowly creeping through the fog, trying to stay hidden.
Okay. I will also say Spycraft definitely applies here.
Okay. Then yes.
So what's that total?
Well, could I also use observation to track their to see where they're looking to make sure I'm not in line of sight?
I will give you that.
Then in that case, it's a 20.
20. So, Dan. Sorry, Bit.
Be right back, Bio.
I'm just going to wait for everybody to get back from Bio, but I know what's going to happen.
Gotcha.
This will be fun. Oh, thank you for... So you are back, Izzy. Excellent.
I am, sorry. Also, Wash question.
Yeah?
Private.
Oh.
Got it. And the Death Knight? First one or second one? Or one other?
First one.
First one. Okay, I know what his name is.
Okay.
I'm back. Do we have everyone?
I don't...
okay, yeah, nobody else got up, right?
I don't...
Nope.
Dan? Bit!
Sorry, yes?
There you go. We got Bit!
All right. Right. So Dan, Bit, incredibly skillfully, despite being exposed, manages to creep along the room. Oh, by the way, what did you use to?
The layers of fog.
Okay. Let's just get her. Yeah. Curse you, interface. There we go.
Actually, when I know it's threat of combat time, I did draw the thing that lets me get rid of exposed on myself. Can I discard that immediately to do that?
Unfortunately, your action has to resolve first.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Because you are hidden. You very easily avoid the Dread Knight. And you continue going up. You take advantage of all of the gaps. Obviously it should be child's play. The harvester is distracted by his fun, just leaving new scars in his victims, playing with their dreams. You make it to the base of the tree, and then you turn and start examining it, looking up at the orb, perhaps starting to contemplate, and then you just hear behind you, I can smell your fear. Who's that there?
Do the rest of us still get to do our moves?
Well, now we drop into combat time is the thing.
Can
I have a cool idea too.
Could I go next? Because I will take out Death Knight.
Dan, you can in fact go first if you want to, Dan. But yeah, the choice is up to all of you. He is basically like right over your shoulder, just sniffing.
I think Izzy doing Plan Alpha Strike as soon as cover is blown is the thematically correct thing.
I was going to ask if anyone else could move at the same time, but
I mean,
could have been moving at the same time while Bit was going up.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
For him to get all the way there before the next person goes up.
If we were more like moving as a unit.
So I figured that you guys were letting Dan go first because he was hidden.
Oh no, I was going to be going up with him.
Oh, if you moved up in tandem with him, the Dread Knight probably would have seen you.
Well, can I do my spread for that first?
If that happens, okay, but then the Harvester's going to get in action before you guys do.
It probably makes more sense for me to just have crept up. Because it's not like there's that much cover in the room.
I will put it to you guys this way, as a choice. Either you can all get a movement spread up, but if you do that, the Harvester is going to get a nice big shot directly on Dan.
How much does Dan, not Bit, want to be the first one to die?
I mean, I'll leave that up to the rest of the group. Like, I will just dictate what my actions are.
It's the reason why.
Also, Dan, specifically, hidden doesn't work on the Harvester if you're exposed.
That's fair. Well, the good thing is on my turn, I can immediately undo the exposed.
Yes.
The reason why I was asking is I have something that I was like, I don't know, I might be able to argue this is an actual trump trait for stealth in this situation. May I make my argument and then we decide?
The decision is on you guys at this point, so.
If you want to do it, Nick, that's fine. It's up to you. Just know
Ziggy?
I feel like in universe we wouldn't have gone one at a time is the only problem.
Just wondering if you wanted to weigh in.
Ziggy?
So Dan was stealthing ahead.
Right.
There's an argument on the table if everybody else wants to make a movement spread, and I'm okay with that, but then the order of operations would be Dan gets smacked in the face by the Harvester directly before you guys get another player action.
Oh, that's fine. I could take care of that.
You can take care of me getting smacked.
I can take care of you getting smacked at least a little bit.
Yeah, no, he's a support. He's very good at this, and he has full sparks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
All right.
So,
All right. Then just for my sanity, so I don't have to hold things in my head, Dan, I'm gonna do the attack on you first.
Okay.
Sure.
Dan, you are taking an attack 10.
Hey. How does defense work again in terms of like mitigation?
It is in your case, grace spread of up to 3 cards, normally 2 because you're exposed. Basically, your entire total subtracts from the 10 I just said. Anything left over sometimes gets multiplied, sometimes doesn't, and then that gets applied divided by 2 to your health levels.
Okay. So I'm going to immediately discard Mysterious, so I can do that at any time to remove Exposed, which gives me 3. It means I can put 3 cards into my spread.
Okay, that is legal.
Then what I'm going to do is use these 3. So Curse lets me draw, and then I can also burn a health level to get 4 of my sparks back.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that and draw. Okay. So I defend 6.
6.
And I'll use seen this before because I know how these fuckers operate now. And you'll add 3 to that.
Okay, so 9.
9. Very nice. Do you want to put any more cards in? Because if you tell me how Cursed works, you technically have 1 more slot. Or are you okay with the 1?
I can. Can you burn a spark on defenses?
No,
or
you can't.
Cannot.
Okay.
It is one of the only things you can't.
We don't know if he's got... you've got 2 health levels for the wound. We don't know if he's brutal or not. This would be information. But it's up to you whether you want to risk it.
I'll risk it.
Okay. You block almost the entire strike. A small amount gets through, so like you
know what,
twist out of.
Sorry, can I do more than 1 card to help out with this, or...
No, you can.
Oh, okay.
You can only use 1 for your ability. You could, in theory, dump another trait to help, but it's also a little late now.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
It's all good.
keep going.
So he reaches out slowly for you with his skeletal hand, and you twist and turn out of the way, snapping out of your fear and the adrenaline rush, as your curse flares and you gain a surge of power, and you break off something, in order to avoid him getting his grubby hands on you. In the end, he barely manages to scratch you. A single drop of blood falls down, and it turns black. You take 1 brutal damage.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay,
so it
good
was
to...
brutal.
And you are once again exposed.
God damn it.
Question.
Yeah.
So, do I get 2
if
cards? 1 from Dan giving himself the wound, and 1 from this guy's attack?
Yes.
Okay, the Death Knight's dead.
relevant in the initiative, can I do the how far up I got first?
Yes, everybody can now do their how far did I get up. You all get 1 of those.
So, my first argument for a GM. As Bit was advancing, Hunter was also advancing, but where he leaned into stealth and actually not being seen, Hunter took a moment and thought about where they are and what this is. We all walked through a fog of lesser spirits, a memory of so many fears. Hunter's haunted in more than one way. She carries with her many tattoos of her ancestors, the men who fought with her, of so many things. And in whispering to the flame, in whispering to magic, that can come alive, and rather than needing to hide, it's more, this is normal. This fog is a multitude of fears, and Hunter became a multitude of fears as she was creeping through it.
I will let that be a 5.
Okay.
Also, I have a slight error to let you guys know of. When moving, you may choose either strength or grace. It is one or the other, your call. Specialties can let you expand that, obviously, but
and my main specialties are like acrobatics and scouting for. Yeah, I know how to move fast.
yeah, those will both count here.
So that is 15. 20.
20 total.
20 total.
You zip to the base of the tree.
Am I still hidden because I'm not exposed when I get up near this guy?
You were never hidden. That's an actual specific stat that you have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
That might have been the reason that you didn't realize that why Dan was going up. Like, he specifically has abilities that make him impossible to see for a while.
No, I realized that I wasn't sure if anyone else had the ability to gain those.
You can get them, but you need to die a few times or choose some specific straits at the top at the start.
A specific skill spread.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
that is where I will be for my first turn then.
Okay. Oh, wait. Son of a bitch. Actually, you're back in front of the harvester. There's a minus if the Death Knight is still alive.
That's why I said I should have killed him first, but whatever.
I mean, again, this is the pre-initiative where we would have wound up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, may I take it and just end this dude?
Well, Chronicle and you get a movement spread first if you want them.
Yeah, so you should get his movement spread first.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't want to use your movement spread opportunity to hold on to cards, Izzy.
Well, I'm asking, do I have to use a movement spread to just get up to the Death Knight, or can that just
The Death Knight is actually close enough that if all you want to do is hit him, you don't have to spend cards moving.
Okay, can I just do that, and then Ziggy can get his movement spread so we can get to the Harvester, if that's what you want, Ziggy?
That will be your first action if you're doing something besides moving.
Okay, so
I just want to punch him. That's all I want to do. I do not care.
I understand that. If you do that, the enemies might get a turn after you do it, is the thing.
Ziggy, did you want to... Did Chronicle...
If Pout wants to kill the Death Knight, let him kill the Death Knight.
Okay.
Okay, so real initiative time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Death Knight is blocking people and limiting their movement, it makes sense to take it out first.
Yeah. I don't need to be up close to transfer wounds to people, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to wander over. I'm going to grab the jar of Skavia ale and saunter towards this Death Knight and say, "You! I recognize you! Cronus, right? You probably don't remember me. Want a drink? You were drinking this last time." And then as he probably looks very confused at me, I'm going to break the bottle and, smash it over his head and repeatedly stab him.
I like how we went from rubber chicken to repeatedly stab.
Also, Dan, not to be a nudge, but is it correct that you have 2 health levels left after taking the 1 brutal damage?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Do I get a card for the bottle of Skavi ale?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. There's no kill quite like overkill. So let's see. Attack spread on this guy. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Are these all separate spreads?
These are all separate spreads because they're all at +4.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. 4 plus that.
Oh my.
Actually, hold on a minute. I don't need to do that. I'm going to get rid of a shittier card. That. Do I have any other 2s? I do have a 2, which I don't want. So that's 2 10s and a 7, which, if you -4 from all those, that should be 3 health levels.
3 health levels, you said?
5 health levels.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a 10, which -4 is a 6, so that's 2. Another 10, and then 3.
Oh, are they all brutal?
No,
yeah,
I have...
doesn't matter, sorry.
Yeah, I have +4.
Okay, yeah. You do some nasty... Yeah, you destroy that Death Knight. Or, sorry, Dread Knight.
Yeah.
Although... when that happens, when the dark night falls, come on.
Something worse popping up?
Does the big boss get stronger?
I mean, I think action economy just means we didn't want two of these guys.
The harvester, not being able to work, turns in, and you can't see his face behind his mask, but you can but Bit and Hunter can feel the snarl coming off of him from there nearby. He seems to take dark wisps of mist, and he absorbs the Dread Knight, gaining size, and then releases a wave of darkness that hits everyone. All of you are exposed now. If you were already exposed, lose a spark.
Okay.
Rude.
That thing I don't care about.
Ah. Ooh, this is a familiar taste. You seem like I've had some of this before. The same funny taste.
I'm pretty sure Pout's jaw is just going to, like, tighten and, like, not even going to comment back at that. But I believe that is my turn.
Yep. Next to act would have been the Dread Knight. Good job, guys.
Woo!
What's the next Phoenix action?
Should I let
literally anybody besides Pout.
Team, does anyone want more cards?
I need more cards.
Yes.
All right then.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Also, remind me. You said it was it's 10 to remove exposed, but higher if it's supernatural exposed.
Yeah. And that's from one person, not everybody.
Is this still fear?
Yes. It is a supernatural harvester of fear, forcing you to relive your worst fears.
I'm trying to determine whether or not I can hit 15 without spending too many sparks. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so Hunter's next to him, stepping out of the shielding of spirits that appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Harvester of Fear. Was it?
It is good to be back. It's good to hear my name.
Enjoy it while you can. I mean, it's the last time you'll ever hear it. What is this? Torture? Mere slaughter? I'd thought the Fallen were more creative than that. Harvester of Disappointment. It's a better name for you. Stepping into the ray of moonlight for environmental stunt.
Excellent, excellent.
Hunter has faced a lot of fears through coming here, and they've pretty much all bounced off of her. Channeling result.
Okay, so here's the thing. The difficulty 10 thing, you cannot use it on yourself.
Sure, I'll give this to Bit then.
Okay.
Like standing there, like, despite the fact that Bit was probably the closest to her when he saw what the real fear was, where she was just like, no, that's already happened. I don't have to be afraid of it anymore.
Also, Nick?
Yep.
I'm just going to let you know, inspiring will just do it. You don't even have to use the 4.
Okay, no, I'm just using inspiring for this.
Mm-hmm.
For stepping up and facing down the thing that is far, far larger. So, Burning a Spark, everyone draw a card.
Thank you.
And then just again looking at him going, that's it. You are going to be but a footnote in the history books, and trust me, one of my wingmates is going to be the one writing them. So first off, I'm going to attack him using superhuman strength. I don't think that gives a plus to attack.
When used in a successful attack spread, you may burn 1 spark to stun the target.
I'm going to do that, but I don't believe that particularly relevant traits give bonuses to attack spreads or defense spreads.
No. Like some of them say if used in an attack spread, it's a +5 or something like that. But yeah, and you can't make a trait a 3 or a 5 in an attack or a defense spread, unfortunately.
Right, and like that's what I was expecting. I just wanted to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5. He has defense 6, so I need to add a little bit more there. You know what's great? Playing a 2 and getting a card. The first strike is not a felling blow at all. It's a blow that sets up the ally who now is no longer afraid and exposed, and also still quite hidden, to stun the target.
Okay.
It's not brutal, so he's not taking damage, but I overcame his defense.
So you're not taking any health levels, you're just stunning him?
Yep.
Okay.
And then, let me see here. Can I get relevant? Oh, I can get relevant, but after spinning around, smacking him upside the head and leaving stars, there is a follow-up, because also I'm committing a mote.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Wait, let me just math. 16. After all of that, I'm just going to spin a backhanded strike to the face, and then another one coming in right at the side, but this one blazes with thunder and with fire and lightning.
Very nice.
Burning a spark on Thunderstrike and removing the 2 committed motes to do an attack of 16, 20.
20.
Oh no, those get uncommitted, they don't get spent.
Yes. It's a big deal. So which health levels would you like to take away with that? You have choices.
I think that's 6 and a 4.
Okay.
Wait a minute, actually, so he's 16, so I have 14 remaining. 6 and 2 4s.
6 and
2 I have 14 damage coming in after his defense.
6 and 2 4s. Very nice, sir.
As
you have cracked his mask.
And now that you have said that, the half-shattered mask on Hunter's belt is just going to reflect in the moonlight. How appropriate. You'll have far less of that left when we're done with you.
Okay. So, normally the Harvester would get to go, but as stunned, it loses 1 speed. So, another Phoenix action.
I mean, I can probably press the attack. Does stun reduce the defense at all?
No, just offense.
Okay. How much damage can I do? Well, I guess that depends on how many. All right, let me put those away. Do I draw up at the start of my turn or end of my turn? Okay, so only.
It is specifically so that if you defend, you have less cards to attack with.
Okay. And can I use... So, basically, can I use hidden motion in this spread even if I can't apply the damage, the 1 to the damage, because the other cards are grace cards?
Traits are, if you tell me how you're using it, you can still apply it.
Okay.
You have to stunt to use traits.
Okay. So I'm going to keep to the fog, and then as...
Also, it looks like you can only use intellect cards and attacks.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry for not catching that earlier.
He can use any one... Oh, he can use any card as an intellect card regardless of the actual suit.
Oh, okay.
You have to stun Hunter,
so
actually.
I guess I'm taking that back. Okay. So basically, I will be stalking the enemy and basically looking for an opening. And so when I see the mask shatter, basically the ball is going to be thrown out of the fog and basically smash into the unguarded piece of face where the mask used to be.
You can use one card as an intellect card regardless of its suit.
Yeah, so that whatever. First, we're going to do it that way. So that's 6 by itself. We don't have to get to the defense. Then,
and I am fine with I'm fine with both of those being traits. So you still got 2 intellect cards to play if you want to. But
I have I only have one. I have one card in my hand, and it's a grace card.
Oh,
traits don't count.
So
wait,
no, I'm using it as an intellect card.
Hunter is a trait. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I can do that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that case, we're gonna also spend. Let's see. What does he have for health levels? 664. I'm gonna spend 2 sparks to add to that, and so that's gonna take off a 6.
Gonna take off a 6. Excellent.
You're racing for it, Dan.
And hidden motion lets me. Yes, I am. And hidden motion means I stay hidden, and I am not exposed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as you take down more than half of its health levels for the first time, another burst of fear. And everybody in this room is now exposed. If you were already exposed, lose a spark.
Sure. Rude.
Also worth noting, let's see, how many sparks is that total? So it starts its turn now. Everyone who is exposed loses another spark, so that's all of you.
Does that count as an attack?
No.
Rude.
Oh, yep. I need to see if I happen to draw into my card that lets me get rid of exposed. Nope. Okay, so I lose 1 spark.
And after absorbing over a certain threshold of sparks from all of you, a few things happen. You think you've won. Out of the cracks in its mask seeps more black Icarus fog, coalescing into the sum of parts of all of your fears. Each of you get to describe one feature of this new Death Knight, which seems even more vigorous than the previous one.
Mine is very easy. It has the missing half of the fox mask on Hunter's belt.
For mine, it gives off a crumbling of dust and decay.
It's
in the woven into its chest armor motif are faces of what look like sneering children.
It has a small child in one hand and is repeatedly stabbing him.
Wow. Jesus.
Wow.
Okay. It is still the Harvester's turn, and normally it would have -2 to its attack, but it's doing something you're all going to hate. You think this is enough to vanquish your fear? Fear is eternal. He will reach out his skeletal hand still having one black drop of blood on it. Not towards the ones next to him, not towards the clown, but in the back, towards the safe member of the party. I can still smell your fear. Back towards Chronicle.
Pout's getting in the way. Seasoned veteran.
Excellent choice.
Wait,
you are close enough.
By the way, reckless. By the way, it's brutal, because I fucking hate this guy. By the way, fuck you, Keldor. There's 6. And, let's see. Plus 4, that's 10. Oh, I need one more to get his other... I'll throw 3 sparks at this.
Wait, you need one more what? Just one more point?
One more point because it's brutal, so I'm just going to throw some sparks at it.
I mean,
you cannot take the last you cannot take the last health level with brutal damage unless you go up to the entire value.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna give you shared strength. I'm gonna discard one of my cards and you'll get an extra point.
Okay, then hold on a minute. How many? What am I currently at then?
I should not have let you guys walk up. It's making this fight far too easy for you. Oh well.
A bunch of us are really close to dying.
Okay, I've got 7 plus 4. I'm going to negate that, so I need to deal 5 more damage. Let's throw 6 sparks at this. And that should be enough to take out his...
He's still... whatever.
Is he still up, or is that not enough?
Sorry, what's your total?
Okay, hold on. 10, 11, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, fuck it. I'll throw all my sparks at this.
Okay, so...
Oh, you're just gonna kill yourself.
How did
19 plus Ziggy's 20. Pout is running forward because you said this is the guy from my backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Rubber Chicken is like going to like get an elongated beak, turning into a sword. He's just going to like run up and try stabbing this guy repeatedly. And as like the chicken is turning into a phoenix itself, burning up as Pout burns the last of his sparks and his body is probably igniting. He's also going to look at him and say, "You're nothing. Fear is nothing. We have the power."
So, you do kill him. I just want to let you guys know something. Just how combination lucky / coordinated you have to be. Because the stunned pushed its turn back 1, which lets you guys hit it more, and the attack he was about to use, which can hit any exposed phoenix, brings them down to 1 health level and heals him that many health levels.
I mean, if he was doing that to me, then I just would have used
He was
Shining
going to
Mirror.
pick up all of his 6s back.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That said, amazing job, everybody. The fight is not over. The Dread Knight is still here.
Team DPS did its job.
Yeah.
You guys kept this thing from getting a legit shot off, and it is terrifying.
Ked, am I like, because I don't have any sparks left, I can't attach to anybody, right? I'm just gone.
Correct.
Okay. As my dying breath, who's the closest person to me? Is it Hunter or is it Bit?
It's actually Chronicle. Well,
Yeah, you literally just dived in front of me. So.
Okay.
yeah, you jumped in the way of Chronicles.
Chronicle, I'm going to turn, look back, a smile on my face, kind of like feeling like I've actually kind of accomplished something that I couldn't do in my life. And I'm going to look back at you and I'm going to say, "Hey, Chronicle. Knock, knock."
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Drops down dead.
And your body turns to ash.
You know, that was actually pretty funny.
I've got 7 lives to milk that joke.
So
No, that only works once. You gotta get progressively better.
So, fight is still going because there's still a Dread Knight who will get to act in just a second because of the way initiative turned out. But the Harvester succumbs to his wounds, staggering, dropping his scepter. When it hits the stone floor, it shatters like glass. Black mist pours from the eyes and mouth of what's left of the mask, which begins to crumble and peel like parchment in flame. But even as he crumbles, his whisper is sharp and clear. This is a mayfly's victory. Nothing more. His laughter is a painful rasp. My hooks are in this land. These hearts. As long as these people are afraid, I will return. Cannot eat their fear. His voice fades with his last words. For an instant, it seems as though he's falling away from you, no matter where you are in the room. And then he's gone, leaving no trace of his passage. The people on the tree begin to stir, moaning in pain, and then fear as they see the Dread Knight still before them. The solidified fields with in the upper branches, the glow of the sphere begins to fade. The solidified fears within it thrash against the walls, and the spear begins to crack. Dread Knight gets a turn. It is going after... Dan is still hidden.
There are two of us who are not near it.
This is gone. But I wanted to kill more people. Oh well.
It's probably punching me. Let's be real here. It's punching me.
Yeah, it is almost certainly punching you. Nick, attack 13.
I'm gonna play this 2 to draw a card because I play more because I'm exposed.
Oh yeah.
You might be another person because I was forcibly exposed with no defense.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You take 5 brutal damage.
So that is lose 3 health levels.
The reconstituted specter of your guys' fears is stronger against you guys.
Well, I'm still alive, technically.
Hooray.
See, if you want to do something, I don't know.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you guys have 2 Phoenix actions before it gets to go again, so...
Yeah, I'll do something.
Cool.
I think it has to be Chronicler and Bit, and I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Izzy does not get to draw cards.
Nope. I'm dead.
Nor does he get to help anyone. The selfish bastard.
So my turn now?
blew all his sparks.
Yeah.
It's you. It's you or Dan.
I realized I could have committed a smart.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can. That's a thing.
Okay. We're gonna let somebody have a turn now. It's late.
Okay. It's my turn.
We've
Okay.
got one more thing to do after this fight is over. So.
All right. So first things first. I'm going to burn 1 spark, and I will transfer over 2 of Hunter's wounds to myself. So you get 2 back.
Okay.
Okay. And next, I am going to use Passing Pain to try and smack this asshole.
Okay.
So I just remember I can only use 2 cards in my spread because it's attack.
Well, yeah. Which of your so technically
I'm doing Passing Pain is what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. So just again, teachable moment. At the beginning of your turn, you choose one of your available combat spiles, and it's active until the start of your next turn.
Right.
So
well,
you're choosing Passing Pain. Yes.
Yeah. So that was always. I'm just making sure that
yes.
that I can
Max
only
2
pick
intellect
2
cards plus any traits that you can convince me are good for part of your attack. When all you have to do is tag him.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to use Warlock because I basically just call out to this thing. Go back to the realm of spirits where you belong. And,
Okay. It stares at you, crumbling a little bit.
Let's see. Oh, right. And I can draw 2 cards, and one of those goes back in my deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this one goes back in my deck. Okay, and yeah, and I can't use another card because I can only do up to 2, right?
You can make another spread.
I can make another spread. Okay.
Just make another attack spread.
Oh, that's right. And I can use damn.
How do you still have all your sparks?
No, he's picking them over, and I've started doing the same thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that yet. You don't just get them back. And you should have gotten some drained when the harvester started its turn while you were exposed.
I have.
Okay.
They're flipped over. One for spit flush.
Oh, flipped over. Oh, okay. Sorry. I see it now. My bad.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't have any other intellect cards. Well, that's not true. I have 1 intellect card, but I can't use it because I have to use 2 intellect cards, right?
No, you could use 1.
Yeah, you can just do 1 on an attack if it's overcoming defense.
Okay.
Yeah, so the other thing is, like, you can transfer if you are you trying to injure him or just pass pain?
Well, you have to have it has to be a successful attack in order to transfer wounds.
Yeah,
so.
you need a total of 5 to do a successful attack.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, successful attack doesn't have to hit a health level; it has to beat defense.
Oh, gotcha.
So put your warlock on the 4 spread that you just dropped.
Yeah, which is what I did. So, yeah. Okay. So then what I can do then is I can do 2 spreads here then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be 2 successful attacks.
Yep.
Okay, so on 2 successful attacks, I'll spend 2 sparks to transfer over 2 of my wounds over to him. So
correct.
Each wound, So each wound inflicts 3 brutal damage, so that's 6 brutal damage total, plus the other, plus the actual attack spreads.
Yep, and you heal.
Yes, I do. So there you go.
Nice.
Do you want to say? I know we're short on time, but you can decide which wounds that you took from your allies that you give to him.
I'll say, because I don't have. Actually, yeah, all the wounds that I've gotten have been from Hunter. So, so basically, yeah, just the as I hold up my staff, which has the prism in it, like it shows like an echo of Hunter being damaged by the harvester, and it just with a shine of light, the prism reflects that damage now being inflicted onto the Death Knight, and so it is.
All right. Just once again, trying not to be too much of a nudge, but you do have to spend a spark per wound you transfer.
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I tried.
I wasn't looking too close. My bad.
Yeah, I did 2 sparks.
Cool.
Because you have to do 1 for each wound.
Once again, trying not to be too much of a nudge, but also trying to make sure people get their mechanics right early, so I don't have to do it later.
No,
okay.
I got it.
Cool. All right. After a very successful turn of tapping, I believe the only person left is Bit.
Yes.
Who does get to go before the Dread Knight does.
So just to clarify, does the Dread Knight actually have a link with us, or is it just built?
It does not.
Okay.
It couldn't. So the harvester was sending all of the fear into the sphere, so it couldn't feed off it. It does not have extra lives, to answer your question.
Okay. So I need to hit 13 to kill it. I can do that. Oh, wait. Shit, I can only do... No, I can't, because I can only use 2... Oh, wait, no, I'm hidden. I can use 3 cards. Never mind.
And I'll use Shared Strength to just give you a +1 now.
Okay, then I'll commit a spark, and with the +1, that gets me to 13. So that should kill his last 3 health levels.
13. Okay. How do you want to end this particular part of the encounter?
I think we're going to fade out of the shadows in person, and then basically take the orb and just basically shatter him through the chest with it. And just shatter his armor into bits.
Very on brand. I love it.
Is that why your name is that?
No, it's not. I love how you've given 2 incorrect guesses for why my name is that.
I don't have much to go off of.
It's true.
You see, I'm just assuming long pork right now.
And this is just the rest of my hand, which I will... I should hang on. I should probably hang on to these because we probably will need.
Okay. Yes. No. Don't. Yeah. So you guys still have to deal with the sphere on top of the tree that's cracking. You guys are out of combat. People are starting to stir, and now that the Dread Knight's gone, they are coming to their senses. All of your exposed conditions also clear, but it's cracking. It's going to go soon if you guys don't do anything and take all of you with it. What do you do?
The best thing I can do is grab it and try and run away with it as far as I can away from civilization. I'm not very helpful here.
I will also say, if you guys want to get some more information on what the options are, this is an intellect spread.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can...
Oh, right, we get our cards back, right?
Yeah, you draw.
From Traveler to know random, like, lore and circumstantial things that people believe to try and boost someone.
You can toss in traits, yeah.
I would like to do a spread for lore because we're basically trying to figure out how this magic works and a way to fix it, and observation for how the magic and the Orber are reacting.
Okay.
I'll use spirits to see if there's something in my knowledge.
Spirits, lore, and the arcane also explicitly all apply.
Yeah.
I would like to use a spread to gingerly remove the orb from the tree, very carefully, not breaking it.
Sure. Sorry, before we do that, what are the intellect spread totals, please?
17.
17? And Ziggy?
2, 6, 8, that'll be 13 for me.
Okay. So for you, Ziggy, if you break the sphere, you will die. But when you die, you could draw all the fears down with you into the crucible. It would be a terrifying experience. You would have to face down each and every one of these fears one by one in the crucible, and it could leave lasting scars, but it would save everyone here. Dan, Bit, you get all of that, but also the sphere was sustained by the Harvester. It's possible you could link it to your own spirit to keep it from breaking, or better yet, link it to the spirits of your entire wing. If you took it back to the Grand Airy, you're sure the Marshals could find a way to deal with it. Maybe they'd even learn something useful from it. However, it will be a difficult task. If you fail to bond with it, it will burst and be impossible to contain. If you do bond with it, and you are killed on the way back to the Grand Airy, it'll explode wherever you are.
How would we go about bonding with it?
Well, if you want to, if you want to bond with it, you're going to need. I'm just going to say you guys are going to need at least a 20 to get some level of bonding, and a 30 to bond it to the whole wing.
And is that's something where one of us is going to have to make that
intellect
roll?
And grace. Yeah.
Okay.
One person performs the bond. If somebody wants to swallow the fear, you can just do that. Any of you can just touch it and say, I die and take this with me.
I am honestly half tempted to just say the I am the one who dies and takes this with me because I have conquered all these fears so far. It would be miserable, but I'm the best one chance we have of conquering them again.
It is up to you guys as a group, though anybody can just jump on it if they really want to. If you try and bond and fail, you all die.
I'm going to give a rousing story about facing fears to the rest of my team to let them draw our cards, because I am utterly worthless otherwise.
How many?
One more card for each of you.
Okay.
And once again, I'm being very upfront. A 30 will solve the problem. Well, a 30 will solve the problem. A 20 will solve the immediate problem, but present more problems.
And
Will
I will get anywhere near that.
Let's see. Can lore and observation be used to apply for the same reasons as for the other roll? For like being able to actually execute this solution that it's maybe.
It looks like this is spirit, lore, and the arcane.
Okay, so hypothetically, I could use what I used for the last roll.
Yes, and it is possible to get more from this, but it's what do you guys want to do?
Okay, how many cards can I play in a skill spread?
More cards.
Oh wait, that's true.
I'm trying to help.
Oh, we're drawing more cards?
If you
No,
use
no.
the-
Drop to your draw limit, but
Oh, I mean, I have 2 cards that can help somebody else. I can't use them for me.
so I can get if I spend if I can get a 10 from skill specialties, I can spend 3 sparks as a 13. I can do.
I can discard 2 cards to give you +8.
Okay. Let's see. So 8, 12, 16, 19, 21, 2. I can
Douse?
use. I can use the power of my. Can use the power of my curse to better bond and understand these fears, which will let me.
so what is your current total? Let's ask that first.
If I can use cursed, 24.
Okay.
And then
So
I can.
I'm just going to straight up ask, are you guys going to attempt to bond the sphere, or are you going to swallow it? Somebody answer me that, because there are other things that I can say to help you. But
I'm trying to bond it to the
Okay.
wing.
If it doesn't work, I'm breaking it and swallowing it. If I think that this is
if
too
it doesn't work, it will blow up.
I think it's mostly a question of like, can you even get near 30?
As is, the best I can do is maybe 26.
Dan, did you douse it in blood so you drew a card?
No, I did not.
I will say it is still possible. I just need to know which way you guys are going first. And over 20 will be able to bond it. It'll just be you instead of the whole wing, and you'll have to maintain it yourself.
So unless someone stops Bit is going to try to bond it and save people.
I'm going to help you try and bond.
Okay.
Okay. I will also say, all surviving phoenixes, through the connection of your wing, although this all happens in an instant, you're all experienced in the crucible. You know how time can slow down and have different meanings. You all come together and you can feel each other's thoughts for a moment, and you can feel the tendrils of fear in this sphere scraping against your consciousness, yourself. Chronicle and Hunter, each of you tell me why you believe in Bit and why you believe Bit can do this.
I believe that Bit can do this because he is, first off, he is a member of the Dawn Guard who have saved this world time and time again, and he has already shown that he is more than capable of living up to that legend.
Okay. Take another...
Bit can do this because Bit has already stood up to his fears, and also I'm using superhuman strength to hold this sphere together as long as I can. I am physically trying to force this thing to not break.
Okay. I was going to say a +3 from Ziggy.
And then +8 because of Suna's
I already factored. I factored your 8 into my into the total I gave Wash.
So what are you at now?
That's 27.
After the +3 from Belief?
Yes, and
okay. You get another one from Nick's trait before anything else.
Okay, so that's 28.
And I'm gonna say you get the next. It was a little perfunctory, so it was gonna be a +1 or 2. And I'm gonna say 2 because I like this.
Okay.
Oh,
very nice.
The sphere is bound to the entire wing. As long as one of you survives the trip back, you should be able to safely guide it back to the Grand Area.
Okay. You know what you're lucky about? I'm very fast.
The prisoners finally awaken, and though they are extremely grateful, you can see that their fears remain. They have seen the horrors that lurk in the night, and each of them knows the danger could return at any time. And it is the fear that will allow the Harvester to return. You see the adept Kalen doing his best to put on a brave face, but the fear is still there.
To those that remain, you have faced down something that no one should ever experience. A force of cosmic fear, the likes of which can ensnare the minds of many. But you're still here. This is not a battle that can be won, a war that can be won in a single battle. It's not something that can be won even through several. It's something that will take so many people, both those of us who are Phoenixes and those of us who are not, standing up and continuing, and despite what you've seen and what fears you may face, continuing to do what you can. Because the true marker of courage isn't someone who doesn't have fear. And I'm just going to briefly hold up the mask. It's someone who can stare in the eye that which they are most afraid of, that which they can hurt them most, and choose to do something anyway. And despite where all of you were, every single one of you did that. And it was through holding on through the worst part of your lives that allowed us to save everyone.
Okay. Hunter, give me a grace spread. Your resolve applies, and I'm going to give you an extra +5 for that rad speech. So your floor is 10. Everybody else can assist as normal.
I'll give you a +1.
Okay, well, first off, we are going to get 4 because strength counts as grace. So we're at 15 right now.
Alright, what is the roll for?
Inspiring people, unfortunately, I don't have it in hand right now. Unless I could have started a card after my last turn.
You could have if you were below your max.
I was.
There you go.
Doesn't help.
My traits are terrible for helping with rousing speeches.
Yeah, I used everything. I used all my big cards to help a bit, so yeah.
You can throw sparks at it.
All of us, or just Nick?
Just Nick.
Yeah.
Alright, well, so we're at 10, we are at 17, 18. You know what? There is going to be dramatic lightning behind Hunter as she says this. It is not terrifying, well, maybe it is a little bit inspiring, and spending a spark to get us up to 20.
I will be extra fucking nice and let you guys get up to 25 by making that thunder strike count as a 6 as it hits the mask that you have held up, making it glow like a beacon. How's that sound?
That sounds
me.
Your speech is truly inspiring. You've instilled them with the confidence that will keep them strong even when the bones attack. This should hold off the return of the harvester by half a year, if not longer. Perhaps in time you will find a way to end the dread and deal with this threat once and for all. Whew!
All right.
Good job, everybody. That was mission 1. How you feeling? I'm a little sad I didn't get to kill at least one more of you, but
You killed one of us.
yeah, no.
I mean,
like I
pretty
said,
fucking
you guys
close.
played it exactly right to not have another death.
I mean, in fairness, I don't think I had to die there. I just really thought it was thematically appropriate because of what you did to me, Wash, you bastard.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
One of us has 2 wounds, and the other has 3 left.
I mean,
Yes, I have 2 health and 1 spark, so you got pretty close on me.
I mean, I would have had 3 sparks left if I hadn't done overkill on that.
All right, here's the other thing. I'm going to cheat for just a second. Normally, I know it's late, but just in case one of you feels like leveling, as you're making your way back, you're making your way through the Skavi countryside as quickly as possible. I'm putting this on fast forward. Taking the Imperial roads to the Red Marches to the closest harbor. You don't.
Oh,
need
we're
to
not
sleep.
doing that. We're taking the good shortcuts. I know
You-
those shortcuts.
You don't need to sleep, and you need to get back to Pyre as quickly as possible. So you're traveling through the night. Just past midnight, as you're approaching the crossroads, a woman calls out to you. Hail, Phoenixes! It's a peddler, camped at the crossroads for the night. She's dressed in worn traveling clothes with a patched cloak and a wide-brimmed hat. She's rummaging through a large pack as you approach. You've done me a kindness recently, the woman says as she shifts through her bag. Drove out the competition, so to speak. Created some business opportunities. All above board, of course. Negotiated for, not like my rival. She pulls a charm on a leather cord out. Looking at it, you realize that it's Pyrean steel, the same rare metal used in your talons, and the only substance that can travel to and from the crucible with you when you die. I thought one of you might be interested in this. Give it to someone, someone human. Don't wear it yourself, and it will save their life, guaranteed. All I need is one of yours. A life. Coal hot. Payment up front, no refunds. She finally looks at you, she finally looks up at you, and you see that beneath her hat, her face is hidden behind a mask of gold. A mask with no holes for eyes. Like I said, I'm putting this on hyper fast forward, but
Is there a reason to do this?
Just no. There's a reason.
It keeps a mortal alive, and the mask probably ties in with one of us.
So, Chronicle. You specifically have the Warlock trait.
Yeah.
You know who, and blah, 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 blah. Pout would know some of this, but he is dead. Hunter, you might also have heard some stories about the Tinker at the Crossroads. This is a fallen who is renowned for keeping their deals. And the stories are that she approaches people that she thinks has done her a favor with things. They are never costless, but they are straightforward. And Chronicle with Warlock, you can confirm that she's telling the truth, and this is the only cost. It's not anything else. The way it works is, if one of you takes the deal, you will die. All of your excess health levels will be transferred to the charm, and if you give it to a mortal, they gain those health levels. Normally, they each only have one period.
What mortals are we giving this to exactly?
Whoever you want.
I'm just walking up of. What is the proper title for this one? Because I would know.
The Tinker at the Crossroads.
Tinker of the Crossroads. I have but one question for you.
That seems fair.
Does Evelyn Rettig yet live?
Oh. I do not know who that is, though I may be able to find out.
The one who...
What is that worth to you?
Or the other half of this mask.
There is strong emotion attached to this. She will reach out and stroke it. A connection lives. I cannot say what state, but her soul seems to exist still.
And I would accept your bargain, but not take it upon myself. I would ask that it is delivered unto her.
Oh, the charm will be yours to give to whomever you wish. I am a trader, not a delivery person. This is the deal on the table. Take it or leave it, young woman.
Chronicler, bit. While I'm in the crucible, can you see if you can find where she is?
We can try. Are you sure?
Your guys' standing orders are to get back to Pyre as fast as possible.
I mean, once we get back and get the orb secured.
We're close enough. I made a promise long ago, and it's one I still intend to keep. If she somehow survived. I accept the bargain.
She holds out the charm.
And I take it.
Your entire form bursts into flame and ash falls to the ground. So this is how we can have some deaths and do interesting things with them without necessarily having to, you know... I don't want people to have to fall behind. Anyway. I know it's already later than everybody was willing to go. Thank you for putting up with getting through the whole story and then letting me extend it just a little extra. Do you guys want to do the question, or does anybody need to crash?
I probably gotta hop over because I gotta meet Sean Allman real quick for a thing in Elden Ring and then head to bed.
Okay. I hope you all had fun.
I had fun. I died.
You did in fact die.
I was the first.
Dad, you survived.
I did survive.
What? You hit me straight in exactly what my character would sacrifice herself for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bitters are busted.
No, they're great. They just die really fast. I couldn't hit you again because you kept killing things before I could.
I know. Like, the thing's gonna notice us anyway. Just let me kill it.
I was also not playing the enemies super intelligently. Like, I was going with, okay, last person who hurts them gets punched.
Mm-hmm. It's reasonable.
'Tis fair.
Mm-hmm. The system seems well tuned.
Yeah, it's it takes a little creativity and finagling, but yeah.
So, instead of maybe the question, I will ask the two of you who died, what do you feel like you died for?
See, that's rough for me. Because of how you tied this in, I don't know if it's revenge or vengeance or justice or a mix of all of them.
So, Izzy, one of the other things is this thing just came back, and I figured you were in it digesting for a few hundred years, which is part of why you're so old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why your specialties make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with, like, a sense of justice and retribution is what I feel like I died for. Because, shockingly, I didn't fail. No one sucker punched me. I went out on my terms. I don't know what school that associates with.
That sounds like Durant to me.
Which is the exact opposite of what I want. Like,
well, you can put intent into it is the thing. But yeah, that does sound a lot like Durant.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just like
I don't think I can see bitter.
No, I don't. I was gonna either say either devoted because, like, the devotion I had towards the nobles I served, or I guess Durant, but I don't know what options are in those decks.
I would also buy if you wanted to be elemental, if you felt a duty to the fallen before you.
A duty to the fallen, the people that I just killed.
No, sorry. Like, from your backstory.
Oh, wait, they fell. Maybe
well, you felt a duty to get revenge for them, basically.
I didn't feel the duty to get revenge for them until they were standing right in front of me. I did not seek this out.
All right. So not elemental.
Yeah, I also don't think elemental makes sense for me.
All right. Sounds like it sounds like Durant.
All right.
That sounds reasonable.
I guess I'm looking through the Durant deck then.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also, Dan, are you still here, or did he already tap off?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, you can tap off if you have a thing to do.
Okay, so I get one of these.
Okay, let me double check the level up chart here.
There's nothing here.
Yeah, I think that's just the top card.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, the argument I was going to make was going to be for Ziggy's class, but if it doesn't fit with how I feel like I died, I'm not going to.
Well, yeah. So the how you feel is so that there is some leeway.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you felt like you died for others, you can take a devoted.
I don't know if I can argue that because they're already dead. This was definitely more justice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get it on next round, because I do really want the bond in Devoted Tree.
Well, take a look at the talons, see which one of those you want.
I know which talent I'm taking. I know exactly which talent I'm taking. The one where I take a wound and then I start dealing +5 damage.
Oh, let's see. Your maximum spark spool increases by 2.
Oh, cool.
This is both you and Nick. You immediately gain 1 lesson from the school related to your death. So let's see.
I'm trying to decide if mine's more devoted or elemental. Because it's definitely both of those.
Mm-hmm.
I got even more. So these are the...
I'll pull out the actual options you will have. It'll just take me a sec.
Sure.
Let's see. There's one.
I'm going to modify my sheet on the website now, because now I am a rank 2.
So you do not pick up a trait, but you do get one of these 4 cards, Izzy.
Okay, let's see what we got. Impenetrable Hide. All brutal damage. During the turn, you may burn once. What does burning and bleeding do?
Burning. At the start of your turn, you suffer 1 point of brutal damage for each burning condition affecting you. During your turn, you may make a grace spread difficulty 10 to remove 1 burning condition. For a challenge, same as above, but the creature can forgo all attacks on its turn to remove up to 2 burning conditions. Bleeding. Phoenix. The value of any defense spread you make is reduced by 1 for each bleeding condition affecting you. At the end of a scene, convert bleeding conditions to wounds. If you should suffer additional bleeding conditions and no bleeding tokens are available, you suffer 1 wound for each missing token. Challenges, -1 defense for each bleeding condition.
Question.
You also get to add a 5 to your deck. It can be strength or grace.
I guess I'll take a grace. Question. Vanguard. When you make a successful attack, the next attack spread made against your victim in the scene inflicts brutal damage. Does that mean if I make 2 attack spreads, that both hit, the second one is brutal?
Yeah.
It does.
And that is just always out.
Yeah.
All of these are.
Durant Bond is really good, though.
So, Nick, what are you thinking about?
It's definitely devoted or elemental. I can't see any other justification.
It's during your turn.
Which one do you want? And I know the answer, I think.
So the problem is, I'm not sure how level up works. Is it gain a card to be played or gain one of the lessons from school?
You gain a lesson from the school. You do not get a trait. So you get traits on odd levels.
Yeah, so many of these are not useful is the problem.
Oh, in elemental?
No, both of them. So many of the school traits are literally, I don't have the core power to make this useful.
It is unfortunate.
Okay.
Question: how loose is the term leadership? Because I'm not playing the leader of this group, but I am trying to play like a helpful person.
Oh, you're thinking about taking the.
I'm thinking. I'm really like. I want to take.
It's a very good specialty.
Yeah, like I do want to take the like bitter bond just to give people cards, but it's only one card per round at a cost of a spark. But this seems consistently good because I normally make multiple attacks, and I don't have to like then fish for the one card that turns all my attacks brutal.
Fire.
Actually, second question, Wash. For this Durant thing, if I make 3 attacks, are the second and third attacks both brutal? Because it says when I make a successful attack, the next attack against the victim is brutal. So that means my first attack is normal.
They will chain because, you just have to make successful attacks.
And then if I hit with the third one, the next person in the wing who hits...
No, because the second one is a successful attack as well.
That's what I mean. No.
Yeah.
All
the second 2 would be of the 3.
Yeah, so the second and third are both brutal, and then whoever attacks them next, that's not me, also does brutal damage because it doesn't specify me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
Also, Izzy, remember that like this is what you're getting trained for in the Crucible, and you're finally going to have a Durant mentor, so they will teach you how to lead. Damn it!
I have a request for that since we don't have any Durant mentors.
You don't have bitter mentors. We can come up with a. Oh, I see.
No one has declared a Durant mentor yet.
Yeah.
I realize I need to look at the Shrouded deck too because that technically actually comes up.
I can put a twist on that, Izzy. I will change their identity to fit with the story a bit if you're cool with it.
Whatever you want. I was throwing it out there. Alternately.
I mean, Firestarter's still not bad, Nick.
Oh no, it's a question of do I become better for the team or do I become better for my own ability to murder things?
Which is literally built into the system.
Yep. So the problem is I burn sparks so fast. Already, I burn so many sparks so fucking fast. I was actually looking briefly at Frostbite.
Oh yeah, because that's... because that one is so good.
A spark back.
Right. Night, Ziggy.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for running watch. This was really fun.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think I gotta hop off too, but it's fun.
Yay!
Yep.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the... Yeah.
See you next week.
It's great. Watch, I'm putting the 2 things I'm debating between out in front of me right now.
Okay.
So that is one.
Frostbite is so good. Ooh, but you don't have intellect. But you have lots of grace.
I have grace, and I can allow any card to count as grace from my innate.
Yes, and also you can choose at the start of your turn which... you can choose based on what's in your hand what combat style you're using anyway.
Right. And that's the reason why that is tempting. The team tempting one is this.
Yeah. I was a little sad when Ziggy didn't take that because it's really good.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Like I
actively want to take that in some later life.
If I ever end up rolling a devoted, probably, but I don't know what's gonna come out later if I ended up going devoted. I'm not trying to plan my deck ahead of time. I'm like, how did I feel like I died? I was planning on going straight bitter, but this seems to have turned me around a bit.
It didn't. Like as I said, like I was expecting to not get forceful again for a while.
Mm-hmm. Like here's the thing: the devoted bond. I don't use my sparks for anything.
That's the problem. Is I look at how I had 1 spark left at the end of this session.
Yeah, no, I burned mine on attacks, which is why. That's why I thought that was good for me. But again, I ended up in Durant and taking something where I consistently get brutal damage, considering my damage output, seems better overall for our DPS.
Yeah, no, Wash, I think I'm going to go with this Frostbite.
Okay. Also, do you want a strength 5 or a grace 5?
I'm taking an intellect 5 because I have that in my suit now.
Huh. Can you do that?
I'm not sure if you technically are allowed to, but I'm cool with it.
One minute. I'm just going to reread. You may not have more than 2 cards of the same suit, but you are allowed to pick whatever suit you want.
Hey, well, here you go. This card has Cinder on it.
It gains a 5 from associated with their school.
Oh.
So it has to be a grace 5.
Okay. Well, that's what Cinder looks like as long as I have this out.
Oh, let me see.
Man, I wish I could grab that just because it actually feels like what I should have.
Which one? Where's the intellect 5?
Right here. It bouncing.
Oh, cool.
Because it has to be your base school, not the school that you have gained a level in, right?
Yeah, like, I'm willing to tweak that.
I thought play as rules for now. And then we'll go. We always have 5 health levels?
Honestly, intellect 5 feels more appropriate for what Hunter is trying to learn.
Health levels. Yeah, you guys get another health level every odd level.
Okay.
So next death. I am very happy that you guys had fun with this, by the way.
This was great.
Oh, okay.
I came so close to dying and then decided to sacrifice myself because you hit me at exactly the right thing at the end of that. And I know it was pretty perfect, but...
Like, God.
Yeah, I felt bad about rushing it, but, like, I know that we might not be able to get everybody next time, so I wanted to give the people who are alive the option, and not, like, yeah.
Also, I feel like my character's the only one who has a mortal they still care about.
I died 400 years ago.
Right.
Like, let's put that into perspective there for a second.
Also, I just want to let you guys know, I was a little disappointed that, like, I am happy you guys got the high success with the orb, but if one person had swallowed it, they get to add this card to their deck. Permanently.
As I said, if we couldn't do it, I was going to swallow it because...
Yeah, the problem is, if you try and bond with it and fail, it explodes and there's no chance to swallow it.
Right, which is the reason why my question was, can Dan even get close to the number required, was my question.
Part of the reason that I asked you all in that initial questionnaire, who do you feel closest to in this in the wing, is because that person automatically gives a huge bonus when saying why they believe in that person.
Did anybody say Dan?
Honestly,
nobody filled it in.
No, after this session, I actually feel like the answer is Bit for Hunter.
I don't know if I don't actually feel like I know Bit that well, which is sad. Like, we have not actually had a interactable moment together. I've had one with Hunter and I've had one with Chronicle at this point.
Also, Nick, you got your extra 2 sparks?
I got my extra 2 sparks. I'm drawing on it. I feel like reading this is the school that you... I feel like it should be the school that you have gained, not the school you were innately from reading Advancement and Rebirth.
I mean, so the other thing is, if you really want, I could see you going for a Durant lesson by saying, like, you weren't tough enough to turn it down, but I don't think you want to go that way.
Okay, what are the Durant lessons? I'm curious now.
Izzy should have them. Yeah, they're over here.
Sorry, I took one. I mean, the Durant Bond is also really good, but...
Again, I burn sparks like no one's business.
I mean, extra...
Yeah, so Nick, I feel like I hope you are still enjoying Forceful.
Oh no, I'm enjoying it.
I feel like the way you play, you wanted to be an elemental.
Oh no, like, here's the actual thing. Forceful actually feels really appropriate. Where I'm like, okay,
are we still recording, by the way?
Oh, we are. Should I stop?
Yeah.
Alright. Good night,
recording. Doesn't get super long. Good night, recording.
Good night, recording. What are we... Mission 1, Fear in Skavia.
I'm really enjoying Forceful. Like...